For Bowling Green, I look off to our right. The captains have now made their way towards the 50-yard line. Same for Bowling Green. So in just a little bit, we will have tonight's coin toss. As the Mustangs did not win the coin toss last year, Tillman was able, or last week I should say, Tillman was able to get the coin toss. They did score first. Be interesting to see how the Mustangs play it tonight. If they want to get the football first, if by chance they do win the coin toss. That was what McCracken County chose to do a lot last year. We'll see if the Mustangs are able to get the coin toss here tonight. The coin flip brought to you by Kipmo. Is all your rental supplies, go see Kipmo. And we thank them once again, their second year of being a proud sponsor of McCracken County Sports here on 99.5 The Fan. Now the officials are getting set for tonight's coin toss, so we'll move slowly towards that. Let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight. And first start on the defensive side of the football for tonight's starting lineups for McCracken County. And once again with tonight's starting lineups, it is Jared Adams.
Well, let's start on the defensive line like we always do, and we'll start in the middle with our defensive tackles. Starting at left defensive tackle, well, he might be everywhere tonight, but is number 97. He's a sophomore. Isaiah Connor stands at 6'2", weighs 247 pounds. At the other defensive tackle is a senior, number 95, Ethan McHenry. He is standing at 6'1", weighs 228 pounds. At the defensive end position on the left side is Leandre Bolin Jr. He's a sophomore, 5'11", 226. He's number 50. And then on the other side is Dalton Skinner. He is a junior, number 58. He stands at 6'2", 197. At the linebacker position, going to the linebacker position, we have our inside linebackers, number 10, Hunter Flack. He's a junior, 6'1", 195. And number 42, Isaiah Keys, a sophomore, standing at 5'9", 199. At the outside linebacker position is number 48, a junior, Jackson Gruber, standing at 6'1", weighing 174. And number 21, a senior, Colton Reeves, 6 foot, 182. At the cornerback positions is number 23, Kieran Perez. He stands at 6'4", 186 pounds. He is a junior. And the other one is number 27, Colton Crowell. He is a sophomore, 5'9", 150. Finishing it all out is Treston Hildreth, number 32, a senior. He's at free safety, standing at 5'10", 159.
That is the starting lineup for the Mustangs on the defensive side of the football. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for McCracken County on the offensive side of the football. Starting up front once again, we'll look at the left tackle for McCracken County tonight. It is going to be number 72, Blakely Miller. As Miller comes into tonight, a junior, 6'5", 274 pounds. The left guard for McCracken County is number 75, Jamison Evers, 6 foot. He is a junior, and he stands at 265 pounds. The center tonight for McCracken County, number 68, Braden Glover, a senior, 6'3", 310 pounds. The right guard tonight for the Mustangs is Tayton Bettinger. He is wearing number 79. He's a junior, 5'11", and 272 pounds. And the right tackle tonight is number 52, Gavin Trueblood, a junior, 5'11". He stands at 253 pounds. And the good news for McCracken County fans, 4 of those 5 that I have mentioned on the front line for the Mustangs coming back next year. And so there is a lot to be excited about for McCracken football looking forward, especially up front. Let's look at the wide receivers for the Mustangs. Is wide receiver number 5, Franklin Hayes, a senior, 5'11". He is 198 pounds. On the other side, the receiver, number 81, Xander Mays, a junior, 6 foot, 172 pounds. The slot receiver tonight is someone I think you'll also see have a bit more action tonight. That's number 1, Jeremiah Hughes, sophomore, 5'9", 168 pounds. And Jared, we have heard Coach Clark talk numerous times about making sure he's a bit more active in the offense, not only this year but in the future as well.
Yeah, he's a kid who you definitely don't want to forget about, and someone who can be a big part of this offense, and that's going to be in every game very important.
The tight end tonight for McCracken County, number 33, Pete Holmes. He is a senior, 6'2", 233 pounds. And the running back tonight, starting in the first series, is going to be number 25, Elijah Holland. He is a senior, standing at 5'6" and 140 pounds. Another name you're going to be hearing at running back tonight is someone who did a phenomenal job last week, 260 all-purpose yards, I should say. Hunter Bradley, who is going to sit out the first series. He's kind of nursing a little bit of a back injury right now, but they're optimistic, the Mustangs are, and Hunter as well, that he'll be able to give it a go for a majority of the evening, but they are going to slowly work him into the action tonight, and so he will take the running back position in the second or third series tonight for McCracken County. And the quarterback tonight for the Mustangs, senior Elijah Wheat, 6'1", 185 pounds. And the Mustangs quite confident in Elijah and excited to see what his senior year will continue to entail.
Yeah, he's a kid that trusted is a word that goes to describe him. He's a brainy kid. He's a kid that's going to, make the right decisions. Those sophomore moments are gone. He's going to have a lot more senior moments, and not the bad kind of senior moments. Just those, great decisions that you just come to rely on.
So he almost brought the Mustangs back from a bit of a hole last week, and it was a onside kick away that inches away the Mustangs were from recovering and pulling off what would have been a awesome comeback. They fell just short against Paducah Tillman last week, 47-43. This is the last home game of the next month, as McCracken County will go on a 4-week road stretch, and we'll have all those games here on 99.5 The Fan. The Mustangs travel next week to Graves County, and again we'll have that matchup for you from Mayfield, and then we'll go back to Mayfield to take on the Cardinals in 2 weeks. We will then travel to Marshall County in 3 weeks to take on the Marshalls at Traylor Stadium, and then 4 weeks from tonight we will be in Owensboro as the Mustangs take on Apollo, as the Mustangs take the field off to our right in front of a very nice crowd here at Marquette Stadium. The support at Mustang Nation strong night in and night out, and another great crowd here tonight. The Mustangs wearing their all-black top with the white McCracken and numerals and a white helmet with the black Power M white pant to go as well. Bowling Green, the visitors tonight. We'll talk about them in a moment as the fight song continues. The Purples tonight wearing their white uniform with the purple numerals outlined in gold with the gold helmet as well. So that the traditional Bowling Green look that they have worn for so many years, over 700 wins, as you were telling us. Not bad for Bowling Green, one of the top 10 in the state of Kentucky.
Yeah, their official record is 702 wins, 337 losses, and 35 ties. I mean, I think we're close to 70-some games in. So in comparison, man, what rich tradition they have.
It is hard to match. In fact, the few schools that can in this state, Mayfield, Male, Fort Thomas Highlands, they're three of the top 5 winningest programs, not just in Kentucky, in the nation. They are 3 of the top 5 in the nation in terms of overall wins, but Bowling Green has quite the program right behind them, and several state championships in Class 5A, and look to do so again here this season. The Mustangs won the toss. They look to defer to the second half, and so the Purples will get the football first, and McCracken County's Ben Schofield will do the honors in kicking off. It looks to be back deep for Bowling Green. It is someone we talked about at length already. Vito Tisdale is off on the far side. Hard to see the numeral on the near side, Jared. Can't quite make it out from my vantage.
Number 2, but it could be any of the single digits.
If that is the case, it is Des Wilson, a 5'10 wide receiver. He is a junior for the Purples, and so Schofield looks like he is ready to go. I believe the Mustangs as well. It doesn't look like Schofield's going to go full-fledged on this kickoff, as he's not the traditional amount away from the football. It's a short kick. It is a nice end-over-end kick that's going to bounce, and it's caught right at the 23-yard line. And so that was advantageous for the Mustangs as the Purples take over.
If he would have just let it go out of bounds, it was going to land out of bounds, which would have been at the 35. But he lost a good 12 yards just by catching the darn thing.
And so the Purples will take over 1st and 10 on their own 24-yard line. As we are set for football here in week 2 across the state of Kentucky. The Purples out there on the football field, back deep in the shotgun is their senior quarterback Max Payne as he looks over and gets the snap. He drops back, looks to his left, throws to his left. It is complete to his wide out across the 30, then fumbled, but recovered by Bowling Green as that will go right near the first down marker. And so a near break for McCracken County. The Purples, they'll recover and a gain of about 9 on first down, 2nd and 1.
That was number 12, Jordan Dingle, the 6'5", 225 kid who caught it and then put it up. You're going to take multiple kids to get on, and he passed the test from here, fumbled on the play, but of course it bounced right to a team. How often they pass?
It's 2nd and 1. As he goes, that's first starting running. Purples down.
Off did a pretty good job, but doing the run
on beautiful 45 out in that number 4. It's good. And that is those of the football go out. More Bowling Green near midfield.
I know that's easy to go low.
As that is Spader on the goes a across the 50 to about the 4, but that could be very just for the Mustangs, setting up a potential long down and distance situation. We will see.
It looked like a hold, but it lost leverage there, and if the leverage is lost because of a hold, that's going to be the call. 2 flags on the play.
One is up.
Maybe you saw the same thing. Okay, they're talking to us. So either keep it or deny the penalty or take it back and replay first down, which I assume we're going to accept the penalty.
Denying the penalty would set up 2nd and about 6 probably. So probably a very, as they announce, it will be holding against Bowling Green. They are marking it off. Smart move there for the Mustangs. That will set up 1st and long now for Bowling Green as they have to move back about 12 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
So holding is a spot foul, so wherever the hold took place, 10 yards from that. So that's very important to understand. It's not from the line of scrimmage, it's from where the hold happened.
So that'll make it 1st and 23 now. As dropping back to pass, looking over the middle of the field, it is caught, but not much doing as the Mustangs able to secure the tackle after a gain of about 4, maybe, let's call it 4. Make it 2nd and long for Bowling Green, now back on their own 38.
Looks like a couple missed tackles there. It was a nice, stoppage, but at the same time, I would like to see the first guy hit him and take him down, and I think looks like they're tackling a little low. I'd like to see them, or high, I mean.
As dropping back to pass, it is going to be Payne. He's airing it out down the right sideline. It is incomplete. Nice coverage there on the play for the Mustangs by Colton Crow.
Sophomore, good coverage downfield. He did not turn around and find the ball, but he was stride for stride with the receiver. It looks like number 1, Scotty Brown. He's a senior, 5'10", 170. He's probably going to be what you would call a possession receiver. Runs good routes, but not going to run away from anybody.
So a big stop here needed for the Mustangs on 3rd down and 19. This would be a great opportunity here for the Mustangs to get off the football field as Payne drops back to pass. Blitz coming. It's setting up the screen. It is complete, and it's across the 40, but brought down at the 44. So still behind the line of scrimmage. Original line of scrimmage. It's going to make it 4th and about 12, and a nice stop there for the Mustangs.
DeAndre Bolin Jr. tracks him down from behind. He was a defensive end, runs up behind the play and drops him there for a nice 3 and out, if you would call that.
And so McCracken County will get the football back. As back deep for the Mustangs. The punt underway, almost blocked. It is going to get back deep for Colton Reeves. He does return it at the 10, out to the 15, out to the 20. We will see what this flag is, but it does not look to be good for McCracken County, as I believe Franklin Hayes may have roughed the kicker. Personal foul.
Yeah, he was under the kicker when he landed.
And that will be a first down for Bowling Green.
Wanted to get off the field, but couldn't.
That hurts. I did not watch the actual hit, so I cannot talk to the validity of it, but I can say it is a killer penalty.
It is. So what happened was Frank was right there to block the punt, but his follow-through, he kind of dove under the punter, and when the punter landed, he landed right on top of him. And I mean, I would have called it too. I wouldn't say it's the most vicious thing I've ever seen in my life. He wasn't trying to hurt him, but.
So that will make it first down and 10 for Bowling Green in McCracken territory at the 40. So that is a penalty that you need to circle if you are keeping score at home. The Mustangs would have had the football on their own 30. Instead, Bowling Green has it on McCracken's 38. As first down carry is past the line of scrimmage for about a yard, and that's it. A nice job by several Mustangs to bring down the ball carrier, 2nd and 9.
Ethan McKendry had the first hold. It was held on the jersey and waited for help to arrive, and arrive they did. Good stop on first down.
2nd down and 9 for for Bowling Green on the McCracken 39-yard line. 9 minutes here in the first quarter, no score. Time and brought to you by David Spicer Jeweler. As this pass thrown over the middle, wide open but underthrown. The intended receiver is a nice job there.
We had an opportunity to pick that off.
Yeah, that's right.
What we're not doing is we're not recognizing when the ball's in the air to turn around and find it ourselves.
And that'll make it 3rd down and 9. Another big 3rd down coming up, Jared. Probably close to 4-down territory here for Bowling Green, but still a chance to stop the Purples. 3rd down and 9 as Payne gets the set from the sideline. He's set.
Look for Dingle.
As he play action, looking, throws left side. Great coverage, and it's brought down at the line of scrimmage as they were able to complete it to Dingle, but the Mustangs a great job stopping it behind the line of scrimmage, making it 4th and 11.
He's going to be your 3rd down guy, but that was kind of a strange. I would have put him across the middle, use his size, a little out route. Now, they do a very quick punt, by the way. They're already set up for punt. I think they're trying to catch us doing something funny and then maybe going for a.
As the snap is low, the kick is high, and it's not returnable for the Mustangs. It nearly hit a Mustang, and it thankfully did not. It's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs on their own 18-yard line, and a nice job by the Mustang defense, Jared. And
covering our earlier mistake. That's awesome.
1st down and 10 for the Mustangs, as it will be Elijah Wee bringing the Mustangs out, the ever-so-talented senior quarterback for the Mustangs, getting set to start the action this evening. So, Wheat with Holland in the backfield, 2 wideouts split as he throws over the middle. It is caught for the 1st down. Nice pass and catch across the 35, across the 40.
Oh, yeah.
And he's brought down at the 41-yard line.
He had, that was Nick Masick on the catch. One-handed catch, by the way. And he had nothing to do with the yards after contact. He got some help from teammates. He was just kind of airlifted across for another 5 or 6 yards.
1st down and 10 for the Mustangs on the Bowling Green, or their own 41, is the handoff to Holland. Breaks a tackle, gets across the 41, out to about the 43, 2nd and 8. And about the previous play, it's kind of when a rock star jumps off the stage and starts crowd surfing. That's how I would describe what Masick was doing.
You lose control. You're at the whim of the crowd.
That's right. It's 2nd and 8 now for McCracken County. No score in their own territory on their own 42. As the handoff goes to Holland, he dives forward for another gain of 2. That'll make it 3rd and about 6 now for the Mustangs on their own 45.
Elijah Holland has a very different running style than Hunter Bradley. He's a very quick guy. Can make kids miss, but between the tackles, both of those he was just simply tripped up. And that's part of it due to his running style. I'd like to see them hit an edge run and see how that does. Not right now, but period.
3rd down and 6 for the Mustangs on their own 45-yard line as Wheat drops back to pass, looks towards his left, rolls to his left, throws to his left to Frank. It is caught. It is just short of a 1st down. It's going to be 4th and a full, I'd say maybe a yard at the 50. And this is one of those you Tough call.
Thinker right there.
Yes.
I would punt it early in the game.
He certainly.
By the way, Elijah Weed had tons of time.
Oh, yes, that's a great job.
Very good point. Pete Holmes helping with the protection there in the backfield. I don't know about going for it right now, but I will say that if Elijah Wheat has that much time, he could find some open receivers as the game goes on.
It is going to be McCracken County going for it. 4th down and 1 from the 50. So a big play here early for the Mustang offense as the handoff goes to Frank. He gets the first down with the lunge forward.
Way to get it. Switches up running backs, puts Frank in the backfield, and Frank's used to that. He's been very, very versatile as we've gone throughout his career. He's been everywhere. A slot receiver, outside receiver, running back, right there. Puts on the running back hat and gets the first down.
Great call by Coach Mark Clark and the Mustangs. 1st down and 10 in Bowling Green territory as it is a toss. Nope, Wheat's going to keep it himself across the 45 out to the 40. Nice gain of about 6 on 1st down, making it 2nd and 4.
In an interview early on, Elijah Wheat has mentioned about running the ball and how he's just a totally different animal than passing. You kind of are in more control, and he showed it there. He's a very elusive or sneaky runner because you don't expect him to be that effective.
As Wheat drops back, looks left side, it's incomplete as he overthrew his intended receiver, Jeremiah Hughes. That'll make it 3rd and 4. It's a great thought, just couldn't quite execute it, could the Mustangs, but it was there. And to make it 3rd down and 4, like I said, 5:30 here in the first quarter, no score. Wheat, snap, throws over the middle. It is complete. That's a 1st down across the 35 out to the 33.
Nick Masick, the sophomore, been Mr. Reliable on 3rd down. Another 1st down catch for him.
1st down for the Mustangs as they inch closer to the red zone as Wheat throws left side to Hughes. It's complete. It's across the 25 out to about the 24. Nice gain of about 8 on 1st down, 2nd and 2.
By the way, Nick Masick stands at 6'3", 177. As he gets older, he's only going to get thicker, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with in a few years.
Wheat throws it right side. It is caught, but immediately the play blown dead as that was a big tackle by Vito Tisdale. And a loss of a yard. That was a true body slam. As Jeremiah Hughes, maybe the one to catch it, I couldn't tell. Or was it Xander Mays?
It was Xander Mays.
And so Xander Mays getting to meet Mr. Tisdale early on, the great corner for Bowling Green.
They haven't tested him much. They haven't thrown towards him. He's pretty much going to be on an island over there in man coverage, and they'll zone the rest of them. That's what you do when you have a good corner.
3rd down and about 3 as Wheat rolls to his left, looks, now steps up. He's going to run, and he's going to get about 2 yards, depending on the spot. As that will make it 4th and about 2.5 for McCracken County, and this is inside the distance for Ben Schofield. It is the longer part of his distance.
It might set the record.
I was going to say, I'd say
39.
I'd say go for it for the Mustangs, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Is Coach Clark, a wonderful call on 4th down just moments ago.
Prove me wrong.
Is 4th down and 2. The Mustangs going to go. As Wheat gets the snap, looks, throws over the middle. It's incomplete. He had his receiver, but just overthrew him. That'll make it a turnover on downs. But
I like what we saw.
Yes, that is the good news. Looking at it glass half full, the Mustangs able to drive down the field and really move the football. So that will be something to watch.
And, in terms of protection, great protection. I would say they had to go away from the running game because they were picking up a few yards, just not big chunks. But if we can be effective through the air, I think we're going to be in for a good night. Now, back to defense. How are we going to do? No one's covering the corner.
As that is now being evaluated, and that is now covered as a handoff to the back. And doing, although a lunge forward will make it somewhat of a manageable 1st down run of about 5, 2nd down and 5. Want to give a shout out to Sheila Davis as she says great job defense on that last stop. That brought to you by the Cellular Connection, your locally owned Verizon Wireless retailer on Lone Oak Road next to Sea Plant in Paducah. 2nd down and 5 for Bowling Green. Is dropping back to pass. It is Max Payne. Throws over the middle. It's almost picked off. As that was a wide open pick, I should say, for Trustin Hildreth. Just couldn't quite pull it in, but a great job reading the pass.
Man, he right off his hands. Beautiful reaction. Silly pass by the quarterback. Stepped in front of the big tight end and
read it
had
perfect.
A nice pick.
Yeah, it was a great read by Hildreth. and was able to, at the very least, bat the pass down, making it 3rd down and 5. As that looked to be a false start, their wide receiver moved just a tad too quick.
And their quarterback almost took a step back, too. He was moving, too. That's helpful. That's 3rd and 10.
3:28 here in the first quarter.
Passing situation. Love to see some pressure on the quarterback.
3:28 here in the first quarter, no score. That brought to you by David Spicer Jewelers. Your jeweler for life. 3rd down and 10, dropping back. Payne, and he is sacked. Nice job by Leandre Bowen.
Leandre Bowen Jr. coming in, getting a sack on 3rd down, critical. Lost 15 yards on the play, 13. Now that's a nice field position for us. Colton Reeves set up to return it at midfield. They snap it quick, by the way. We've got to get ready. They're going to one take break one.
As it is quick, as it is a high end over end kick. It's going to be returned at the 50 as one tackle broken but not able to get past the second. It's going to be 1st down at the 47. There is a flag down late as Colton Reeves able to bring it back for the Mustangs. We'll see what the flag is.
It looks like it might be right where he was tackled. I don't know. It could be face mask or it could be on us.
As I look at the text hotline, a shout out to my good friend Brett Larimer, as we were able to talk to him last week on the pregame show and giving me some information that I definitely could have used and forgot, did not write it down. So thank you, Brett, for helping me out on that one. Is that shout out brought to you by the Cellular Connection, your locally owned Verizon Wireless retailer on Lone Oak Road next to C-Plant in Paducah.
They're still talking about it. They must have had 12 on the field as illegal participation. And a face mask they are going to accept. They're going to deny the legal participation and get the face mask. You know, whenever you can sneak in 12 on the field, you do it. Sometimes you get caught, though.
And so it is a face mask. And the Mustangs are going to be set up in great field position. Overall, the Mustangs executing much better than they did last week. And, of course, credit to Tillman for that. Credit to Mustangs for some jitters to start, some rust. Several factors didn't go the Mustangs' way, and they have since shaken that off so far and doing well here in the early going here tonight. No score, 2:54 in the first. David Spicer Jewelers, time and score update. Weed dropping back to pass, throws out into the flat to Franklin Hayes. He has it at the 30, across the 25, near the 1st down marker. He will be around a 10-yard gain. We'll see the spot of the football, and a nice job by Frank.
Really, the credit should be going to Xander Mays. Great block out there at wide receiver, doing the little things right, blocking the cornerback out there, enabling him to get that 9-yard gain.
It's going to be 2nd down and 1 for the Mustangs, just short of the red zone at the 22-yard line. Weed in the shotgun. Snap. Play action. No, it's going to be a handoff as it looked to be Frank as he dives forward. I think he's just maybe a half-yard short. It's going to make it 3rd and inches for the Mustangs.
By the way, no Hunter Bradley yet. He's supposed to come in on this play. It looks like he's not even dressed. I'm not positive on that, but looks like we're going to be without Hunter Bradley tonight.
And that is big news as he had over 250 all-purpose yards last week against Tillman. So that is a big piece of last week's offense that is not available tonight. As it's 3rd down and 1 now for McCracken County. Wheat hands it off again to Frank, but he's hitting the backfield, and he's going to be dropped for about a half-yard loss. So that'll make it 4th down, maybe about a yard and a half on the loss. 4th down and about 2. So now a big moment here for the Mustang offense. You certainly need points on this drive after starting off in great field position. See what the Mustangs choose to do on 4th and 2.
One of the things they did, I think, was they just blitz opposite the up back, the stud, it's Pete Holmes, because they know he's going to go in motion, and it was kind of a stud trap, if you will.
Mustangs set, 10 seconds on the play clock. As McCracken jumps. And so that makes the decision even harder now for the Mustangs. As McCracken executing defensively, but closer to the red zone, struggling a little bit.
46-yard field goal. You have to go for it.
That is certainly the case now. 4th and 7. Those are the penalties that will drive Coach Mark Clark insane.
Especially when they were trying to draw him off sides. That was us.
As Coach Clark now needs a timeout. We'll take one with him. 1:13 here in the first quarter. The Mustangs and Purples, no score.
You watch more times than not, they will lose yards because what are you going to do? You're going to put 8 up in there at the line of scrimmage between the tight ends and set them off.
Yep.
And you ain't got a chance.
I'm surprised. Was that a play by Clark?
I don't know.
Or Hunter just says no?
It's a good question. Here we go. Big moment here for the Mustang offense early on. No score between McCracken County and Bowling Green. It is 4th and 7 for the Mustangs coming out of a timeout. What are you calling here out of the timeout, my friend, if you put on your head coaching hat for a moment?
Well, we saw the dump to Nick be very open, something like that, or what Clark likes to do is play off of that. They're not going to take a shot downfield, but they are maybe an RPO. You got Frank in the backfield, Xander up top. See an RPO right there?
Here we go, 4th and 7 as Weed drops back, looks, throws right side, incomplete. Is that one well out of his outstretched arm? That'll be a turnover on down. So the Mustangs have had great field position twice, but have had stalled twice. It will be now a chance for the Mustang defense to step back up. And again, credit this Mustang defense so far as they have really played well in the first quarter.
Yeah, they really have. I'm impressed by what I see. They've been tested with the pass, and so far passed the test. See how I did that?
I did.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Good, huh? I know. I'm a wordsmith, believe
That's
me.
right. It's 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs as they hand off to the back, and Leandre Bolin alters his course a little bit. It gets across the 30 out to about the 33. That was a lot of running for about a 3-yard gain, and a lot of credit to that to Leandre Bolin.
So Leandre Bolin did what you call force him to bubble, and he made him go deep in order to get wide. When you lose yards, then it's kind of hard to gain them back. And he gained 4 on the play, 3.5, but it could have been a lot worse.
2nd down and 6, let's call it. 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. No score as a toss to the back. Bolin nearly gets the tackle, but a nice job by the Mustang linebackers to approach and crash, and that's going to be a gain of about 2, making it 3rd and about 4.
Trustin Hildreth at safety coming down to make the tackle. Leandre, almost had a tackle again. He's getting back there. He just needs to wrap up and drag him down, and he has several plays for a loss.
No score, 20 seconds left. Your David Spicer's score and time update. Your jeweler for life, David Spicer's jeweler, as that's going to do it for the end of the first quarter. A great defensive quarter for the Mustangs to open. We'll see if they can carry that to the second quarter with a big 3rd down and 4 coming up after 1 between the Purples of Bowling Green and McCracken County. No score. Here at beautiful Marquette Stadium as we come for the second quarter. No score between the Mustangs and the Purples of Bowling Green. 3rd down and 4 for Bowling Green. on their own 35 as we start the second. A pass over the middle is incomplete. A nice job by the Mustang defense to hold the Purples to a 3-and-out. Again, nice job overall by the McCracken County Mustangs.
It was a pass well covered, thrown well behind him too. So we've done a good job in the passing game, and I'm impressed so far.
Another opportunity here for the McCracken County offense is McCracken was not set up on the special teams side of things, and so McCracken having to burn their second timeout, as that will certainly not make Coach Mark Clark happy. As timeouts brought to you by Ivets Plumbing. You might forget, but Ivets Plumbing never forgets. We'll take a timeout just starting the second quarter. No score. Start again here in the second quarter. It's going to be 4th and 4 for Bowling Green with 11:55 left here in the first half. It is a nice punt as Frank will have a great chance to return it. Nope, he's instead going to take the fair catch. It was a very talented Vito Tisdale approach. Can't blame him one bit for wanting to take that fair catch. The Mustangs will take over first down and 10. Just beyond the 25, I think at the 26.
I would say the sophomore version of Frank would have taken that thing. But Frank's maturing. That's really cool to see.
As Vito Tisdale, one of the best you'll see in a corner, also in special teams. A very talented player. First down and 10 for the Mustangs on their own 26. Trying to score first is McCracken County. Just underway here in the second quarter. Wheat sends Hughes in motion, gets the snap. Hands it off to Holland, and he dances through several Purples. Nice job across the 30 to the 31. Gains about 5 on first down, 2nd and 5.
One benefit of running Holland is he's pretty short. No offense to him, but he's 5'6", which means he gets lost behind the average line that's 6'2" in front of him, and that was one of his strengths right there, is able to get 5 yards. They couldn't find him.
And he was able to skirt through for 5, 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs. No score, second quarter. Wheat again hands it off to Holland. This time, though, he's wrapped up in the backfield. He'll be dropped for a short loss, making it 3rd and about 6, let's call it.
I'd like to see Holland bounce that outside because they're packing the box between the tackles, and he needs to read that and cut it, or bounce it, I mean. In comes Nick Masick. It looks like a package on 3rd down. He's kind of their go-to guy across the middle. Look to see him involved in this next play.
3rd down and 6 for the Mustang offense. Play clock approaches 10. Wheat calls out his play call. Play clock down to 5. Mays in motion. Snap, and that is going to be a timeout for McCracken County. So 10:28 left here in the first half. The Mustangs, no more timeouts. They have had to use them here early here in the first half. This timeout brought to you by Ivets Plumbing. You might forget, but Ivets Plumbing never forgets. We'll be back in just a moment. 10:28 first half, no score. Third down and 6 for the Mustangs on their own 30-yard line. No score with Bowling Green here with 10:28 in the first half. Wheat gets the snap, drops back. He's going to air it out down the left sideline. Has a wide open Frank. He's got it at the 20, 10, Touchdown, McCracken County. 70 yards on the touchdown strike.
That was a confusion in the coverage. It was a go, and no one covered him. And nice catch, beautiful pass by Elijah Wheat, showing off his arm, puts us on the board. Good.
Yes.
I like that play.
I do too. It was a nice passing catch from Wheat to Frank. And the Mustangs on the board first. Snap good, hold good, kick is up, and it is good with 10:19 here in the first half. The Mustangs take the lead. It is 7-0. We'll be back when we return on 99.5 The Fan. Mustangs take a 7-0 lead with 10:19 here in the first half. A great 70-yard pass and catch from Elijah Wheat to Franklin Hayes. Jared Adams.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Just throwing the ball in the backyard. Franklin just blows away his corner. I think if it was cover 2, the safety never covered. If it was cover 3, the corner forgot.
As it will be now McCracken County's Ben Schofield to kick off. The kick is a nice end-over-end kick, and it will be returned at the 11-yard line out to the 20, the 25, and still on his feet across the 30 out to about the 36-yard line. The Purples will take over, first down and 10. And now the Mustang defense has done very well in these first 4 series. Spotted a lead now, see what they're able to do.
By the way, that was a 70-yard pass from did you get that?
I did.
Yeah, I just got that too. It took me like 10 minutes to count.
It's all right. It's Indiana. It's first down and 10. Indiana math, it'll get there eventually.
I teach social studies, thank you.
That's
I don't
right.
have to be that quick on my feet.
That's right. First down and 10 is a quick throw right side. It is complete at the 35, and a nice shake of one tackle gets out to about the 40. And that was Des Wilson able to escape the first tackle with a nice spin move and get 6.
So the one thing I'm noticing with our defense is we're almost always in the right spot, but it's the tackling that's still suspect. Now, that was an arm tackle that we tried the first hit, so he's in the right area, I guess, but not the right spot, right? He's overrunning, over-pursuing, that sort of thing. So when we clean that up, we can be a little more sure-tackled. We can be even better defensively.
Second down and 4 is a toss to the back, trying to get on the edge. He does across the 40, 45, near the first down marker as he is knocked, I believe, right at the first down marker. It will come to the spot. I think he got it.
Yeah, he got flipped on the way.
It's going to be just short.
Trusden Hildreth coming in and making that tackle. He is a wide-ranging kid. He can make tackles from sideline to sideline. Love to see his involvement in the run game.
Third down and an inch for Bowling Green on their own 44 as the handoff to the back, and he goes straight forward. He's met at the line, but the secondary surge able to get him across the first down marker. Nice job by the defensive front to hold him to a very short game, but it was good enough for the first down. First down and 10 for the Purples on their own 46. 9:01 here in the first half. Mustangs lead 7-0. The David Spicer time and score update. David Spicer, your jeweler for life. First down and 10. Dropping back, a throw right side is nearly picked off. It's incomplete, and it was a great pursuit on the play by Ian McCune.
By the way, one thing that you need to understand is Bowling Green's playing pretty quick. They've caught us a little bit out of position a few times. We play quick at times, but it looks like they try to play quick all the time. Here they're ready to go before the play clock starts.
2nd down and 10 now for Bowling Green. Is a throw over the middle. It is caught. That's good enough for a first down on a beautiful slant to Scotty Brown as he gets beyond the first down marker by about 2 yards, gain of about 12, making it 1st down and 10.
Once again, it looks to me they're giving a lot of cushion on the corner, which means the little slant is perfect for that. So I think they're worried about getting beaten deep. They're willing to.
As this one nearly picked off over the middle, it was a nice job on the play by Colton Reeves, getting his hands on it, making it 2nd and 10.
Quarterback seems to have an arm, but lacks some accuracy because he's missed on some wide open. I mean, that would have been a first down catch, maybe even more with their big tight end, 6'5", and too high of a pass.
7-0 McCracken County, dropping back. Payne looking right side. It is incomplete. A nice job by a couple of different Mustangs, including Kieron Perez and Hunter Vlack.
Yeah, Kieron hit him as soon as he caught it, and Hunter Vlack was almost there to pick up the dropped ball for an interception, but bounced on the turf first.
3rd down and 10 for Bowling Green in the McCracken territory at the 42.
One thing I'm noticing from the quarterback, another analysis, is he watches the receiver he's going to throw to.
Telegraphing it just a little bit. Payne drops back, looking left side, throws left side. It's incomplete and nearly picked off once again. That makes it 4th down and 10, and the Purples forced a punt. Nice job once again by the Mustang defense. And now a chance for McCracken County to pad their 7-0 lead. Want to give a shout out to Sheila Hughes-Rouse as she chimes in on the Cellular Connection text hotline. Good to hear from you, Sheila. As this punt, a sidewinder and not much distance to it. It will go out of bounds at the 24, where McCracken County will take over there, 1st down and 10. So a chance here for the offense to pad the lead just a little bit, Jared Adams.
Yeah, I mean, we've been pretty impressive so far. They've really tried to air it out and haven't seen much. I was expecting more from them in terms of the run and pass game. I mean, they can get some yards on the ground, but.
There is a flag. It is going to be a hold, a personal foul against McCracken County. Was that after the play, or I'm sorry, was a personal foul after the play, or was it during the play? That's huge. It was a penalty, or it was a personal foul against McCracken County.
Looks
the
to
question
be after
being,
the play. If it's usually it's a dead ball. They're going backwards, but our offense, nope.
It is gonna be Bowling Green with the football. And so it was a personal foul against McCracken County during the play.
I did not see that.
I was not looking in the area in which it took place, so I cannot comment on the validity, but that is a killer for the Mustangs. Instead of getting the football leading 7-0, you give Bowling Green a new set of downs inside the 35 at the 33. So another big thing to watch here as Coach Mark Clark inside the numbers arguing his call here, this call.
I think the placement of it is in question because it's it's at the end of the punt, which it should have been from the line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage.
As Coach Clark wanting a explanation, the head official making his way towards Coach Clark to give him an explanation. But this is huge. Instead of McCracken County football leading 7-0 with 8:19 here in the first half.
So here's the deal. If the play happened after the punt, it should be our ball, but just backed up. But if it happened during the punt, then it should be 15 yards from the original line of scrimmage. It's not a spot foul. And so that would be, around I don't remember the original line of scrimmage, the 45, 50? So it should be, you're good 10 yards away from where it should be, I think.
And the head official is not the one that made the call. It was someone that's on the opposite side of the field, and Coach Clark is trying to get his 2 cents in with that particular official, but the head official is someone that is a very talented official both in basketball and football. But Coach Clark is as hot as I've seen him now in 3 years at McCracken County. I've not watched, and credit to this official, he is letting Coach Clark get out his argument in frustration. But I do not know the discussion, but Coach Clark is upset. And I don't blame them. That is a big-time penalty. Just not quite sure what took place.
It's that one of those 23-yarder penalties, you know, the variety that is really deep on the playbook and the rules book.
And now that head official going to that official that made the call. They're having a conversation on the opposite side of the field now. So
it has to be, I don't know for certain, but it has to be about the spot.
And now they are going to continue. Coach Clark not happy. We'll see if we can get an explanation on this during halftime. First down and 10 for the Purples, though, around the 30. It's a fumble. McCracken gets it.
Karma, baby.
The ball don't lie, I guess. The Mustangs get the football. Coming out with it for McCracken County is Dalton Skinner. And so even better field position now for the Mustangs.
Love to hear those cowbells as well.
It's first down and 10 for McCracken County on their own 40, the 30-yard line. So now a chance for the Mustang offense to pad this 7-0 lead. 8:15 here in the first half. Time and score brought to you by David Spicer Jeweler, your jeweler for life. The Mustangs come out. It's going to be Elijah Wheat in the shotgun. He will have Elijah Holland behind him. Two wideouts to the right and one to the left. That one in the left is Frank. He's in motion now to the right. It is going to be a handoff to Holland as he gets past one tackle across the 40 out to about the 45. Nice game to about 8 on first down, 2nd and 2.
One thing I want to say about watching Vito Tisdale, which I'm really confused by, it's not really a Vito problem, but a coaching problem. He only guards one field, and he's guarding our second best receiver. He's not even guarding Franklin, and I don't really understand that. Maybe he just wants to lock down one side, but I'm surprised he's not on our best.
Wheat, he's going to air it out left side to Frank. He's got it at the 40,
like
at the 30, at the 20. Take it to the house. Franklin Hayes, touchdown Mustangs.
Tisdale just walking towards the play on the other side of the field.
How about Franklin Hayes? 2 touchdowns, 13-0.
Can I say I'm a predictor of things when I say why is their best corner not covering our best receiver? Been burnt twice now.
And how about the Mustangs here early on? As this extra point is up, it is good with 7:33 left here in the first half. The Mustangs lead Bowling Green 14-0. The Mustangs, a nice job by Elijah Wheat to Franklin Hayes to make it 14-0 with 7:33 left here in the first half. Putting that up on Twitter. I'll have it up on Facebook before the night is over. And it will be Schofield to kick it off for the Mustangs. Schofield gets the signal. He's ready to go. The kick's going to be a short end-over-end kick, perfectly placed at the 26 and returned out to the 30. And fumbled, but recovered at the 35. So the Mustang defense takes over there. And Jared, a nice 14-0 lead for the defense to work with.
Putting that Vaseline on the ball sure does help, doesn't it? They fumbled 3-4 times, recovered
right.
all but one, but still.
You're telling some of our state secrets now. And so the first down and 10 for Bowling Green. You can give us a shout on the Sailor Connection text hotline. It is 270-557. brought down at the 36-yard line. That's going to be Javi Bunton again in a first down for Bowling Green. He has phenomenal speed in the backfield.
He does. Nice burst. To be honest with you, he had a pretty nice hole to run through.
And so Bowling Green's made some adjustments, and so far it is going well for them. First down and 10 now on the McCracken 36. The Mustangs up 14-0, 6:40 here in the first half. Your David Spicer time and score update. Some confusion now for Bowling Green on offense. They have it figured out. Play clock down to 10. Cooper. And there is going to be a pre-snap penalty, and that's going to be false start on Bowling Green. They did have some pre-snap confusion, but looked to figure it out. But they did jump.
They did. You saw Isaiah Keys sneak up in that A gap right there by the center, looking to blitz, and that must have scared him.
Want to give a shout out to my brother listening in tonight. Good to hear from Mark and Jenny listening in on the Cellular Connection text hotline. Also good to hear from Perry Jansen as well. Those on the Verizon Wireless Cellular Connection text hotline. First down and 15 with McCracken County up 14-0 on Bowling Green. Cooper, a lot of pressure, trying to go off tackle. He will across the 40, across the 35, and out of bounds up. They're going to mark him back at the 36, actually.
He stepped out early. There is a flag in the backfield. Looks to be holding, possibly.
It is going to be that. So that is a big-time penalty behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, at the 46.
And also want to again mention Sheila Hughes-Rouse listening in. She wants to give a shout out to Kerry White and Carl White for continuing on without a major fixture here at the ball game. Shelly White, who you and I have always thought a lot of, passing away recently.
I saw Carl early on in the stand sitting with some friends and said hi to him. And, of course, Kerry on the sideline.
We have always thought a very lot of the Whites. And always great to see Carl and Kerry here. And thank you for for Sheila for reminding us of that. First down and long for Bowling Green as they pass right side across the 45 and a big hole. In fact, this one may be a touchdown inside the 30, inside the 10. It is a touchdown as Des Wilson on a screen pass on the right side. However, the head official blowing the play afterwards, but I do not think he was blowing it for a flag. It was signal the touchdown, which was 56 yards to Des Wilson.
It looked like a busted coverage. It looked like he was a slot receiver and never touched. And my only guess is it was a busted coverage there, and someone didn't cover him or double covered someone else. Extra
point is up, and it is good. And so with 5:49 left here in the first half, the Mustangs now lead the Bowling Green Purples 14-7. We'll be back in just a moment. The Mustangs up 14-7 with 5:49 left here in the first half. A nice response there from Bowling Green with several plays, 15-plus yards, including the final one, a 56-yard screen pass from Connor Cooper to Des Wilson. 56 yards to make it 14-7 now, the Mustang lead as we pick back up. It is going to be an end-over-end kick and plenty of room for Frank to return it. In fact, that's going to go into the end zone where it will be now a touchback. So the Mustangs will have it, and a chance now once again, Jared, to try to get that multiple score lead back.
Yeah, we got to move the ball here. We've done a good job, especially through the air, with Franklin getting him involved. But what now they're going to do is they're going to probably either double cover, or they're going to put Tisdale on Franklin, which means that you now have other areas of the field that you can look to. I mean, I don't think you test him. I just think you play away from him. I don't think the other corner does as good a job covering. So, there's an opportunity there through the air.
First down and 10. Wheat fumbles it. It is going to be recovered, though, in the backfield by Elijah Holland. So that almost a big-time error. Instead, will not. It's going to be 2nd and 12, make it 13. The passing game for McCracken County has worked so far. That's the good news for the Mustang offense. 2nd and 13 from your own 17 for McCracken County, leading 14-7. 5:19 in the first half. David Spicer, time and score update. Wheat sends a man in motion. That's Hughes. He's going to toss it to Hughes across the 15, but brought down around the 17. Going to be no gain on the play, making it 3rd and 12.
That was to the boundary, which means he's to the short side of the field. Had an early edge, but came up strong. Can't tell who made the tackle, but he came up flying and kind of closed that hole pretty quickly.
3rd down and 13, let's call it. Maybe 3rd and 12, like I thought.
Definitely a passing situation. In comes Nick Masick, and out goes Elijah Holland. Pete Holmes steps back from tight end into the backfield, pretty much just to be a personal protector for Elijah Wheat.
Play clock down to 5. Snap. Wheat drops back, looking. Now over the middle of the field. He throws it. It is caught to Xander Mays, but short of the first down. It's going to be about 4 yards short. So the Mustangs will punt it. It will be 4th and about 3, let's call it.
They're doing a better job this game about spreading the ball around and making sure you're hitting more targets. Xander's got a couple catches and Nick Masick, so I like to see that. But here comes the punt team.
So 4th down and 3, definite punting situation as Xander Mays going to do the honors. Back deep for Bowling Green is number 9, Evan Spader. Also back is Vito Tisdale, the one we have spoken about at length, who can easily break away with enough space. And now there's a flag on the play. What's the penalty here?
Looks like delay of game.
It is, and so that's going to move it back even further. So Bowling Green already looking like they're going to have pretty good field position. 5 yards will be tacked on to the distance McCracken will be forced to punt from. It's now going to be on their own 23. The Mustangs will have the football spotted with Mays back inside his own 10 to punt it here in a moment. It is a nice snap. Mays, a sidewinder. It's not going to have much distance. It bounces at the 34 actually. Now takes 9, maybe the 40.
Someone open. Little bunch formation on our sideline for them.
4 minutes first half, 14-7, McCracken on top as the handoff is going to the back off left tackle. He's going to get across the 40, 35, out of bounds at the 30, let's call it. That should be just short of the down. 2nd and 1.
So that bunch formation was simply to block towards the play. We've got to do a better job at the corner position to turn that running back into our defense. He's got to set the edge is what it's called.
2nd down and 1 for McCracken County, or I'm sorry, for Bowling Green on the McCracken County 31-yard line. The Mustangs leading 14-7 here with 3:55 in the first half. Split backs now on both sides of Scotty Brown. Dropping back. Throwing over the right side, it is caught on the 10-yard line. Into double coverage,
Yep,
but a nice job by their receiver to bring it down. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 10.
Yeah, that was Jordan Dingle, the 6'5" tight end, and the quarterback just threw it up there and let him go get it. And ever since the quarterback changed, they've been a little better through the passing game, and moving the ball pretty well.
As the head official now blowing the play clock dead. Now we are resetting. It's a little bit of confusion out here on the field at the moment as the officials now they are set to go. So it will be 1st and goal for the Purples on the Mustang 10-yard line. McCracken up 14-7, but Bowling Green threatening to shrink that advantage here in the red zone. Cooper gets the snap. He hands it off to the back. Wide open hole, and he will walk into the end zone for the touchdown. Some misdirection and a 10-yard touchdown for Bowling Green to make it 14-13.
Defense got to bow up a little bit. They had some early success, and now Bowling Green's beginning to kind of turn the tides on their side of the ball. Got to do something about it. Make an adjustment on the sideline. I'm not really sure where the problem is coming from, but walked into the end zone.
As the extra point is up, and it is good with 3:37 left in the first half. We've got a brand new ball game tied at 14. Nothing start for McCracken County has been erased now after a 14-0 run for the Purples. We are square at 14 with 3:37 left in this first half. It will be McCracken County football as Bowling Green getting set to kick it back to the Mustangs. It's an end-over-end kick. Frank will go back into the end zone for the touchback. 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs in just a moment.
Quick shout out to my wife and my twin daughters, Ansley and Emery. Apparently they're watching and enjoying. Hope you are having a good night. I'll see you later.
That's right.
Actually, I won't see the girls. They'll be in bed.
That's right. Okay. But 1st down and 10 for McCracken County on their own 20-yard line. A chance now for the Mustang offense to try to get some momentum going once again.
We gotta. I mean, they've had our number. Actually, I'll be honest with you. That last possession by us was really a self-inflicted. We had the fumble, and then we had an edge play that didn't gain, and so it was 3rd and long, and so we couldn't connect on the next pass, and thus, we're out. So we need a very productive 1st down in order to get a good drive going.
Wheat sends Hughes in motion. Handoff goes to Frank in the backfield, who's hit in the backfield and dropped as he lunges forward back to the original line of scrimmage, but not much doing there. It will be 2nd and 10. Feel like Bowling Green's made some adjustments defensively, and McCracken County readjusting a little bit to try to find the success once again. 2nd down and 10 as the game clock heads towards the 3-minute mark here in the first half. Tied at 14. David Spicer Jeweler, time and score update. Snap. It is a give to Frank, but not much doing. Going to be a gain of about 3, and so the Mustangs have another 3rd down and long situation of more than 5 yards, 3rd and 6.
That was that muddle there, and you know, you could see that Bowling Green does have to scramble. I'd like to see them try a few things out of it. If they can get them moving in the wrong direction, that could really be helpful in the passing game.
3rd down and 6.
I really do like our chances through the air.
Wheat. He's going to hand it off to Frank, goes off tackle, and that will get across the 30. That should be good enough for a 1st down.
Absolutely.
It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs at the 31.
Way to pick it up.
And Frank with a burst of speed to get that 1st down.
Heading towards the 2-minute mark here. Got to think about speeding up the pace of play a little bit.
The ball still at the 31. Play clock down to 2 minutes. I'm sorry, the game clock, excuse me. Wheat gets the snap. Hands off to Frank as he dives forward across the 35. Going to be a gain of about 4. Going to be 2nd and 6. Tied at 14, minute 45 left here in the 1st half.
Frank loses his helmet, has to come out of the game for one play, and comes Elijah Wheat.
Elijah Holland.
I mean, Elijah Wheat's been in there the whole time.
That's right. It is dangerous.
Elijah.
It's Elijah Wheat and Elijah Holland in the Mustang backfield. So completely understandable getting those two mixed up. Is 2nd and 6 with Holland getting the carry now having to reverse field. Not much doing, and that's not good. That's going to be behind the line of scrimmage. And like you said, the play clock becoming an issue. Game clock, I should say. It's down to a minute 10, and the Mustangs have no timeouts. And they have been running the football. Now you're getting into...
They're taking their time, too.
That's the thing. McCracken, no timeouts. And certainly you're looking for points here. But the Mustangs are not going to rush the clock here. They are letting the clock wind down a little bit. As Wheat drops back, he's looking over the middle of the field. Now throws it into the flat to Frank. He gets it across the 35, out to the 40. That's going to be good enough for the 1st down. And so the play clock will continue. And so the Mustangs have got several 1st downs.
The play clock will stop the game clock will stop as they set up the new 1st down, but he didn't get out of bounds, so it's going to start right away.
And so the game clock now under 30 is Wheat. It is going to be offside.
Timeout.
So no, it is going to be a timeout. And so really Bowling Green gives the Mustangs a break, but here's the bad news for McCracken County. They've only been able to go 30 yards in about 3 minutes. They are going to say that was an offsides. I didn't know if Bowling Green got the timeout first. But to the original point, you're at the 50 with 26 seconds left. Now you're going to have to be quite creative to try to get into field goal distance or hopefully get some luck and get a touchdown.
I think there's plenty of time for that, but you got to execute. You got to have 2 successful plays in a row. There can't be an incompletion anywhere.
And now it is a false start against McCracken County. And so 5 yards went the Mustangs' way. It's going to go right back the other way.
Oh, my.
So instead of 1st and 5, back to 1st and 10 with 21 seconds.
And the clock is starting, too. They don't have time.
Snap. Wheat dropping back. Throws right side. Complete to Frank. He gets to the 50 and gets out of bounds at the 45 with 11 seconds left. And so
take a shot.
It will be 1st and 10 at the 44.
They refused to cover Frank with Tisdale. I put him at the outside receiver position and run to go. You got one play.
The Mustangs able to move the football this drive, but the clock has not been the friend for McCracken County this sequence. 11 seconds left. And some whistles resetting the play clock. It has been reset. And we're set to go. 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs on the Bowling Green 46 as Wheat drops back, looking, still looking, receiving some pressure, dumps it to Frank. He gets across the 45, across the 40, across the 35, out of bounds at the 32 with a second left. And so the Mustangs will have one chance to get it to the end zone for the final play of the 1st half.
Don't put Frank in the backfield.
And so 1.8 seconds to be exact. Coach Clark has the play call he wants. He signals it into the Mustangs.
15 seconds left on the play clock.
As the Mustangs now get the play call. Play clock down to 5. Weed gets the snap. He rolls to his right. He's looking. Now he's under some pressure. He fumbles it and will have to fall on it. And so that will do it for the first half. A nice second quarter by the Purples as they evaporate a 14-0 McCracken County lead to make it 14-14 at the half. We have a lot coming up at the half, including Jerry's Mr. Penguin Tuxedo Den first half stats. And, of course, we will have the second half adjustments brought to you by Estes Chiropractic and so much more at the half. We're tied at 14. More to come on 99.5 The Fan. Arrowhead Stadium. A great first half here tonight, tied at 14 at the half. The Mustangs scoring the first 14 points, and Bowling Green responding with the final 14 points of the first half. And that is where we stand at halftime. The first half stats brought to you by Jerry's Mr. Penguin Tuxedo Den. And again, with homecoming coming up, and of course prom later this year, no better place to go than Jerry's Mr. Penguin Tuxedo Den in downtown Paducah. Proud sponsor of the McCracken County Mustangs here on 99.5 The Fan. And bringing us the first half stats and doing a great job with it, it's Mr. Jimmy Garrett.
Good evening, Mustang fans. So after a quiet first quarter, the scoring finally started in the second quarter. Just to give you a feel for that first quarter, Eric, McCracken County had 65 yards and Bowling Green had 26. So not a lot of offense in that first quarter. But in the second quarter, the scoring got started. McCracken County led that scoring in the second quarter at the 10-minute and 19-second mark on a three-play, 74-yard drive. A completed pass from Elijah Wheat over to Franklin Hayes was a 70-yard pass for the first score of the night. Schofield followed up with the made point after attempt, and McCracken County took a 7-0 lead there at the 10:19 mark in that second quarter. Following that, McCracken County scored the next time they got possession of the ball again in the second quarter with 7:37 left, just a two-play, 64-yard drive. That drive ended with a 56-yard pass play, again from Elijah Wheat to Franklin Hayes, so they connected two times there, actually in three plays in the second quarter. Schofield followed up with another made PAT, and McCracken County went up 14-0 with 7:37 left in the second quarter. Bowling Green on their next possession, they scored on a five-play, 65-yard drive, scoring with 5 minutes and 49 seconds to go in that second quarter. That play as well, interesting enough, resulted in a 56-yard pass from Payne to Wilson for the first score of the night for Bowling Green, and Majors followed up with the made PAT, and the score at the 5 minute and 49 second mark was McCracken 14 and Bowling Green 7. On the next possession, Bowling Green scored again. They scored with just 3:37 left in that second quarter. Another short drive, 3 plays, 40 yards. That ended up with a 10-yard run by Javius Bunton, and the field goal kicker there, Major, followed up with another made PAT attempt, and the score was tied at 14-14. So that gives you the scoring drives in that first half. So now we'll take a little look at the team's stats for both teams. Like I said, it was only 65 yards and 26 yards in that first quarter, but the second quarter it certainly picked up. That helped McCracken County considerably. McCracken County is leading right now in total offense with 252 yards. Only 34 of those this evening, Eric's coming on the ground, but 218 of them in the passing. Much different passing game than we saw last week. Elijah Wheat right now is 12 for 15 for that 218 yards and both those touchdowns to Franklin Hayes. Looking at it from a first down standpoint, McCracken County's had 9 first downs tonight. One thing that has been a little bit of a negative, they have had 5 penalties this evening for a total of 45 yards. So switching over and looking where Bowling Green is, Bowling Green's total yards tonight's 178. 55 of those coming on the ground on 13 rushes. And from a passing standpoint, they've had 18 attempts, 9 completions, so they're at about 50% on completions for 123 yards. And they too have 9 first downs in the first half. One of the things that Bowling Green's had tonight as well, several penalties. They've had 6 penalties tonight for 56 yards. So switching over and taking a look at the individual stats for tonight, we'll just start out with McCracken County. From a rushing standpoint, a little slower than last week. Leading rusher so far tonight for McCracken County has been Franklin Hayes. He's had 7 carries for 20 yards, majority of them coming on that last possession before the half. Elijah Hollins had 6 carries for 16, and Elijah Wheats had 4 carries, certainly in the negative yards after that sack there at the very last play before half. Looking at it from a passing standpoint, again, as I mentioned earlier, Elijah Wheat's having a great evening. He's 12 for 15, 218 yards and 2 TDs, no interceptions so far in the first half. And when we switch over there and look at the receivers making up that 218 yards, a dominant performance in that first half tonight by Franklin Hayes. He's got 7 receptions for 172 yards and 2 touchdowns, and certainly 2 long plays from scrimmage with a 70-yard catch and a 56-yard catch. Nick Masick had 2 receptions for 29 yards, and Xander Mays has 1 for 9, and Jeremiah Hughes has 2 receptions tonight for 8 yards. So that gives you a little look at the offense. So let's switch over here and look at Bowling Green. To make up Bowling Green's 55 yards, a majority of them came in the second quarter. JVS Button had 3 carries for 39 yards, and that TD there at the 3:37 mark. Evan Spader, he had 6 carries for 24, so those 2 guys made up about 99% of the rushing yards this evening for Bowling Green. From a passing standpoint, as I said earlier, Max Payne's 9 for 18, 123 yards and 1 touchdown. And from a reception standpoint for Bowling Green, number 2, Desmond Wilson's had 2 receptions for 62 yards and that touchdown. Jordan Dingles had 5 receptions for 42. And number 1, Scotty Browns had 2 receptions for 19. So that just gives you a good rundown. Not sure we've got anything specific to report tonight defensively. Nothing jumps out there really tonight as far as any spectacular performances in that first half.
And you were saying again the first quarter yardage before the second quarter began was what?
McCracken had 65 and Bowling Green had 26.
And by my quick calculations, both teams, it looks to have a lot in the second quarter. I think you could say.
They did indeed. That second quarter kept me pretty busy.
I'm certain of that. And hopefully the third and fourth quarters are the same as always. Jimmy Garrett, as always, thank you, my friend. We'll talk to you in the postgame, all right?
Thank you, Eric.
All right. That is Jimmy Garrett with the Jerry's Mr. Penguin Tuxedo Den first half stats. And again, with homecoming coming up and of course, prom down the road, always you can go see Jerry's Mr. Penguin Tuxedo Den in downtown Paducah as they bring us the first half stats and post-game stats here on 99.5 The Fan. As we take a look at the Estes Chiropractic second half adjustments, when you need that adjustment, you go see the Back Brothers, Kevin and Kelly Estes, just like I'll be doing next week. And Kevin will get me in and out and on my way, feeling better than ever. The Back Brothers, Kevin and Kelly Estes of Estes Chiropractic, Central Avenue in Paducah. The first adjustment, my friend, is winning the battles in the trenches on defense.
You know, I think the biggest difference I saw from the first quarter to the second quarter in terms of our defense was we started to lose those battles in the trenches. We were winning them in the first part of the game, and then as the game has changed into the second quarter, we began to have some slip-ups. We saw bigger holes for them to run through, and thus, they were gaining bigger yards on the ground. That's got to fix.
The next one is the running game for the Mustangs. It's a little bit harder to do this week, obviously, with McCracken County's Hunter Bradley out for the game and having over 250 yards last week. But finding that solution in the running game this week will help tremendously in the second half. And Elijah Holland, I felt like, did a nice job when he was called upon, and Frank as well.
Yeah, we were looking at just 34 yards rushing. That's one of those things about rushing is you get it's a drive extender. It wears the defense down, and we need to find somebody to do that. That's not Frank, in my opinion. I think Frank needs to be on the edge. He's a matchup nightmare. You can go to him in the passing game, and he's really effective that way. Now, putting him in the backfield is not bad, but we just lose that option on the edge. So, in conclusion, my thought would be that finding a running game between the tackles and put Frank on the outside edge. If you can do that. I don't know if you can. I don't know if we have the personnel.
Next for McCracken County is just finding that big play to spark some momentum. We had several big plays last week, made some by key individuals. Who's going to be that person in the second half, that player in the second half that sparks the momentum for the Mustangs that they could use to ride to what would be a very, very nice win?
To be honest with you, we're getting the ball back at the beginning of this second half. We got to be productive on this drive. Going down and score would be the momentum we're looking for. And then our first defensive stand has got to be one where we kind of shows that we have fixed the issues that have popped up in that second quarter. We do those two things, and Bowling Green says, starts to lose a little heart, and once we have that momentum, we got to then maintain it. So that's the key here.
And you said it, getting the football first in the second half will be a very nice hope for McCracken County, able to spark a drive here to get the lead right back as we're tied at 14. What a job, though, by Elijah Wheat in the first half, 12 of 15. For the 200-something passing yards. A very nice first half and two very nice throws to Frank and letting him do the rest on those 2 touchdown passes.
Absolutely. He did a really good job making sure that, he's accurate with his passes. Finding Frank on those 2 throws was great. A couple throws to Nick Masick looked really good, too. I think as this season's going to go on, you're going to see more than just Frank being a viable option at wide receiver. That being said, right now he seems to be the most, the go-to guy. But you saw Xander Mays also being able to be the recipient of some plays, and he's going to get more and more involved. And Coach Clark is really high on him, and really high on Nick Masick and Jeremiah Hughes, and so when you begin to spread the ball out and not just be focused on 1 or 2 guys, you become really, really hard to handle. And I think that's what we're going to be seeing as the season's going to go on. Love to see that in the second half.
It is the Estes Chiropractic second half adjustments. Go see the Back Brothers. Kevin and Kelly Estes, when you're having any sort of back issues, they'll get you in and out and on your way in no time at all. The Back Brothers, Kevin and Kelly Estes of Estes Chiropractic, Central Avenue in Paducah. It was a very nice job by the Mustangs to start the second quarter and jump out to that 14-0 lead after a great job by the defense in the first quarter. But also give credit to Bowling Green. They were able to make some adjustments and evaporate that 14-point lead in about 4 minutes of game time and made some personnel changes, as you noted. And now it's up to McCracken County, I guess, to make some of those adjustments defensively, because those were 2 very nice adjustments they made at quarterback and in the backfield as well.
If you actually look at it, the first quarterback, I forget his name, number 10, he didn't complete a pass.
No.
Actually, he did. He completed a couple passes, but very inaccurate. And then they bring in the next guy, and he's a little threat in the run game. And so you see him, really open some things up, and his scramble open some things up downfield. And that was a huge change. Now, what is our counter? That we got to play good defense. We got to play discipline. If gap control defense, if we have a gap, we got to maintain that gap as opposed to getting pushed off of our line. And that's just battling in the trenches. You got to put on your big boy pants and go to war.
One thing I always do when the Mustangs have the ball on offense is record every play by video and post the plays in which the Mustangs do score with the tweet in which I put out saying the score. And normally I, about 99% of the time, execute that quite well. There just happened to be a play, though, in the first half. In fact, it was the first score of the game, the long pass play from Elijah Wheat to Franklin Hayes. I thought I had it in video mode. Instead, I had it in picture mode. And I go back and look at what I thought was a video, and I got a great picture of the pre-snap and nothing else. And so I did. That's right. That's right. So I could not get on video. Did get on video his second touchdown as the Mustangs were able to jump out to that 14-0 lead. So I do have one of the 2 touchdowns on video here tonight, and hopefully many more to come here in the second half. The Mustangs will start with the football, and it will be back deep for McCracken County. Jeremiah Hughes and Franklin Hayes, who has not really had a chance to return it because they have, in special teams, done an excellent job kicking it into the end zone.
Yeah, they really have. They've really been negating any kind of return game. Franklin's got to look for just any opportunity he can, if he can take it, because that could be a big spark right here.
District opponent Marshall County down at the half, 29-6 to Madisonville. That is at Traylor Stadium in Draftonville. Keep you posted on that score. As this kick, it will be able to be returned by Hughes at the 10 as he brings it out to the 15, the 20, cuts it up at the 25, and nearly to the 30-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for the Mustangs on their own 29 as we're set here in the second half, tied at 14, beginning in the third quarter. The Mustang offense will come back, led by Elijah Wheat. A great first half for Elijah, 12 of 15 for 250-something yards, and it will be Wheat to take over at the 29. Wheat with Elijah Holland in the backfield. Franklin Hayes wide to the left. Jeremiah Hughes wide to the right. Snap, throw over the middle, complete to Masick at the 40 across the 45. First down, a gain of 15, and a nice job on first down.
That's the second time his focus has really helped him out. The first catch he had bounced off his fingers and then he pulled it in. That one bounced off his fingers and then he pulled it in. Both of those were for a first down. He's had 3 catches for 3 first downs. He's a go-to guy across the middle. Love it.
First down and 10 as we approach midfield. Wheat gets the snap. Hands it off to Elijah. Has a big hole, does Holland, across the 50 out to about the 45. And that's going to be a horse collar at the very end. Tack on 15.
That was Vito Tisdale on the horse collar. Elijah Holland makes a move to try to bounce it outside and
getting us both
down. Yeah.
As I was about to say, Elijah Wheat with a big hole. It was Elijah Holland with a big hole. And now it's going to be Mustangs nearing the red zone as they will mark this one off inside the 30. Actually, they're going to mark it right at the 30. So first down and 10 for the Mustangs at the Bowling Green 30. A nice job to start out of the gates. Looking to retake the lead is McCracken County. Wheat calling out his set to his receivers and linemen. Gets the snap. He's going to throw it to Masick. Dropped it over the middle. Incomplete.
There.
It was. Just couldn't quite haul that one in. Going to be second and 10.
A little low, but definitely catchable. Went off his hands. That's something Nick will have in the future. He's going to be a kid that's, as this season goes along, is going to be a go-to. I can promise you that. He's going to be a go-to guy.
Second down and 10 now, just underway in the third quarter. Tied at 14. Your David Spicer Jeweler time and score update as Wheat gets the snap. He hands it off to Elijah Holland, who's wrapped up at the line, and that will be no gain. That was a run-pass option that maybe. I know Elijah probably wishes he had back. Masick was in the flat with some more area to work, but that is so easy to do in hindsight.
Yeah, you're talking about a split-second decision whether or not to hand it off or pass it. You're looking for keys. Sometimes those keys show too late and after you made your decision.
Barring a negative yardage play here, this is probably fourth down territory. It's third down and 10 at the 30 of Bowling Green. Wheat.
Trying to call him offsides. Doesn't.
And so the change of play. Now the snap, hands off to Holland, who's hitting the backfield and gets back to the line of scrimmage. And so that will be 4th and 10. So it's iffy territory. It's not a high percentage territory for fourth down, but you have better field position, I guess I should say, to try it. Because Bowling Green would still have 70 yards of the field to operate if you don't get it. 4th down and 10.
Definitely need this.
It would be great for momentum, able to get this far down and continue the drive instead of it stalling out again. A couple of drives stalling out in the first half. First down and 10. Or 4th down and 10, excuse me. As Wheat drops back, he's looking left side, throws it on the flat to Elijah Holland, but he is surrounded. Trying to escape, he will not. That will barely gain 2 yards. And so a nice job by Bowling Green. Start into the Bowling Green will take over. Like what you saw to begin the drive, Jared.
Yeah, you did. And I like the 2 throws to Nick Masick. That's a good opportunity. How to get a running game going. You saw that we kind of struggled there with that running game, and just got to be productive. When I say productive, I mean like 3 and 4 yards of play as opposed to 0-0 and then try to get all 10.
As their quarterback fumbles it, ball's loose, but it goes out of bounds. It was only one McCracken County player in the area.
That is Leandre Bolin Jr. on the sack. I believe you credit that with the sack, strip sack. And a great job by him, the sophomore. We saw a lot of him last year in the backfield, and we'd love to see that trend is continuing.
Second down and 8 for Bowling Green. DeAndre Bolin had a great freshman season and starting off well his sophomore season. Snap. Cooper rolling to his left and trying to make something out of nothing. He will, and he finds a big-time hole across the 50, across the 40, And he'll be knocked down inside the 40 to the 33-yard line. And I said something out of nothing. There were a lot of McCracken County shirts around him, but he was able to maneuver out of it and gains over 40 yards. First down and 10 for Bowling Green on the McCracken 32. Cooper. He's going to air it out left side, incomplete. It was nearly picked off. A couple of Mustangs in the area.
Got to get one of those. We've had a lot of opportunities to pick off a pass, and it's either been we've been thinking about the hit instead of the interception, which isn't not a bad thing, but we got to kind of be aware that, man, they're hanging a lot of those passes across the middle out to dry.
Second down and 10 for Bowling Green. Snap. Throw left side for a screen pass, incomplete. That was a great thing for McCracken County because they had a screen pass set up. Instead, that's going to be third down and 10.
They had the big tight end Dingle blocking the corner, and he's a pretty big guy, and so hard to get around. Would have had a nice little tunnel screen up the left hash. Regardless, third and long. This is probably two-down territory for them, too.
I agree.
I don't see them. I don't know what the kicker's got a leg, but
yes, he does. He has kicked several into the end zone on the kickoffs, but it would be a near 50-yard field goal attempt from this spot. It's third down and 10. Dropping back to pass Cooper, setting up the screen, and they have it set up across the 30, but a nice job by the Mustang defense to collapse on it, and it's going to be a gain of about 4.
That was
That'll make it fourth and 6.
Tackle. Good job by him spying that out. Defensive line in the backfield, and he was able to hang back.
McCracken County personal foul, roughing the passer, I think, in the backfield.
Oh, Lord. Come on.
And so that will be a personal foul penalty against the McCracken County. That is now 4. That has resulted in an automatic first down, and it'll be first down for Purples instead of fourth down and 6. And that moves inside the red zone now. First down for the Purples on the 16.
Those mental mistakes, lapses are frustrating since they've been the cause for several drive extenders.
And the Mustang defense has been able to overcome some of those penalties, and credit to this defense. They are playing well tonight, but just some of those mistakes, as this is a handoff in the backfield, a hole across the middle. Across the 15, across the 10, carrying some Mustangs to the first down. And you said it, missed a tackle to start, and then a great job by the tailback to carry some Mustangs to the first down marker, and that's going to be first and goal inside the 5.
You saw a lot of that last week against us, where they carry a pile and kind of keep on driving our feet. And we need to kind of have like that wolf pack mentality. You got to swarm to the ball, and then we got to hit low and drive our feet and keep that from happening. They gained an extra 5 yards on that.
First and goal at the 5 for Bowling Green. Cooper is going to be a toss to the right as their tailback cuts back inside the 5 and met around the 4 by several Mustangs. Nice job by the linebacker group for McCracken County to stop that. Second and goal at the 4.
Dalton Skinner was able to get out there wide enough to make him turn it back, and that's exactly how you play that. You make him have to turn it back. He's trying to get the edge right back into the teeth of our defense, and the linebacker core comes up and cleans it up.
Avi Button was the one trying to get on the edge towards the end zone. Couldn't do it, as you said. That's going to make it second and goal from the 4 for Bowling Green.
A bigger running back in the game for Bowling Green.
Snap. Cooper looks to air it out towards the corner of the end zone. It's incomplete. And so a nice job there in coverage by Kieron Perez.
Targeting the 6'5" tight end, Jordan Dingle, went through his hands.
So that'll make
coverage by Kieron.
That's exactly right. That'll make it third down and goal.
Surprised they went through the air on that. They brought in their bigger running back. He's like 215, and then he went out for a pass.
7:35 in the third quarter, tied at 14. Bowling Green trying to take the lead here. Third and goal at the 4. Snap. Cooper hands it off to Button. Met in the backfield, escapes it, and lunges towards the end zone. Touchdown. 2 missed tackles in the backfield proved to be costly, and that will give Bowling Green a 20-14 lead. The missed tackles starting to
pile up
a little bit.
Yeah, we saw several points on that drive. We're in the right area. We're over pursuing our tackler and then having to reach back with these arm tackles, and they're running right through them. Time and again.
So 7:29 in the third quarter. That gives Bowling Green a 20-14 lead. The extra point coming. Snap good, hold good, kick is up, and it is good. 7:29 left in the third quarter. 21-14 Bowling Green. Back here, the Mustangs trail 21-14 as Bowling Green on top with the kickoff coming to McCracken County. It will be returned by Frankie. Fumbles it, still loose, and he hops on it at the 3.
That is one of those killers, because now it's a 97-yard field.
And so the Mustangs have some work cut out for them. They did show, though, in the last several drives being able to move the football. That's the good news for the Mustangs.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to rebound from that mistake.
So first down and 10 for the Mustangs on their own 3-yard line now. Trailing 21-14, and this is where the mental toughness now we'll get to see from McCracken County, because a lot of momentum going against McCracken County. 21 straight unanswered points here by Bowling Green, and time for the Mustangs now to shake that off and buckle up and see what they can throw punch-wise here.
Yeah, they really need this drive right here. And they got to get a couple first downs, because you're going to give them the ball back around midfield or better for the Purples if we don't do a good job covering this drive.
Some confusion on the personnel package. Now that has been resolved for the Mustangs. So Wheat is in the shotgun. Gets the snap. He throws it over the middle. Incomplete. It was behind Masick. It was going to be tough for him to pull in, but
that was actually Pete Holmes.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pete Holmes.
33 and 83. That's easily mixed up. A little behind him. Probably catchable, but would have been a tough catch.
Oh, yeah.
That pass is there. It's there. It's there. It's there. It's been there all night. Probably seen, 4 or 5 of those passes. Come back to that.
Second down and 10 now for McCracken County. Back deep on their own 3-yard line. As Wheat drops back, looking, throws left side. It's incomplete as that goes through the hands of Pete Holmes. That's going to make it third down and 10. And now if you're McCracken County, you need some sort of positive yardage here, because the first down withstanding, just trying not to punt on the back part of the end zone.
Yep. And you're and what's frustrating, and I know for the coaching staff, is your best receivers in the backfield as a running back. Losing Hunter for this game really does hurt.
So third down and 10 for the Mustangs on their own 3. It's a play clock down to 10. Mustangs don't have the play call yet. Now they do, as it is a bunch formation. Wheat, run pass option, throws it over the middle, and it's incomplete. No one in the area, and so it's going to be a 3 and out for the Mustang offense on their own 3. And Bowling Green could be set up here with phenomenal field position. Something to watch here. The Mustangs defense needing a big, big stop coming up.
Yeah, this is a tough punt for Xander. I mean, he takes a step out of bounds. It's just safety.
And he does not have his full space to work with.
Be careful.
He is.
There he does.
He is very close. And he gets the snap. And it's a quick punt. It will be bounce at the 25. Take a backwards bounce in the 23. And so just outside the red zone, the Mustang defense has been put on an near impossible task here of trying to keep Bowling Green from scoring, but this Mustang defense has proven a lot tonight, Jared Adams.
Yeah, they have, and resilient, and I like to see that right here. Pretty much that last drive, what killed them was the roughing the passer penalty. They had a good stop. It was going to be 4th and 6, an opportunity to stop him one more time, get the ball back, but what we're seeing is, little things are making big problems.
So first down and 10 on the 23 for Bowling Green. There's an uncovered wide receiver in the flat. They get it to him. He's wide open inside the 20, inside the 15, and it's going to be a touchdown for a receiver that was not even covered. 23 yards, and confusion on defense bites the Mustangs. It's 27-14. And so some mistakes starting to pile up a little bit for McCracken County. It's still a long way from over. It's still midway third quarter, just a 2-touchdown deficit, but certainly frustrating right now for the Mustangs.
Yeah, you're right. But we've come back and battled back from down 14 against Paducah and came back and take the lead in less time. But what we got to do is, we got to stop making our mistakes.
As the field goal or the extra point is no good. So there's what could be hopefully a little bit of momentum just go away, but these are kind of the things that would just drive Coach Clark insane. The penalties tonight that were after the play, personal foul penalties, the lining up on defense, nobody covering a wide open receiver who runs in 23 yards for a touchdown. Just some of the things that will drive Coach Clark insane,
His
understandably.
Tackles, those sorts of things, yeah. And the best thing you can do is have a short memory, and then we have an opportunity to get the ball back. What are we going to do with it? We're going to need a good return here. And let's get after it and do it right.
27 points unanswered here by Bowling Green. They made some adjustments midway through the second quarter, and it has proved fruitful for them, and especially on offense.
Yeah, it's really nice when you don't have to worry about someone guarding your receiver.
It was just from the get-go, there was some confusion on the Mustang defense, and figured it out right when the ball was snapped, but just couldn't quite overcome it. And credit to Bowling Green for seeing that and getting 6 on the board and making it 27-14. Again, a long way from over. This Mustang offense showed last week they can overcome 17 points in a much shorter time, 14 points with a quarter and a half to go. And so the kick will send Frank into the end zone for the touchback. First down and 10 for the Mustangs. And we have witnessed a lot already, 250 first half yards from the Mustang offense. They've moved the ball well throughout the night. The first drive of this half showing some of that, but right now could really use some positive momentum on offense.
Yeah, and Bowling Green has won the field position battle too. We've went backwards and stalled out on our 2 drives, and so they're getting the ball in great field position. Obviously, you saw that with the last one-play drive they had, and that's just one of those things that we got to flip the field on them. That means a good drive here, 2, 3 first downs. You got to have so you can punt it back to their 20. It's little things like that that make a huge difference, right? And even if we don't score on this drive, can you flip the field?
First down and 10 now for the Mustangs as a handoff to Jeremiah Hughes. Busts through a hole out to the 26-yard line. Nice gain of 6 on first down as the cheerleaders tossing out some T-shirts here tonight, trying to get the Mustang fans into it a little bit. A Bowling Green player down. It looked to be maybe a cramp, I believe.
Oh, he's thrashing like he's hurting.
He is for sure, as it's a lower extremity injury it looks to be. Can't quite see a number for the Bowling Green player.
It's been a good night for football weather-wise.
My goodness, these first 2 weeks.
Oh, man, you couldn't ask for better in mid-July. I mean, mid-August, Lord. I don't even know what month it is.
It is a tough stretch of opponents here for McCracken County. Of course, you had Tillman last week, Bowling Green this week. You'll get Graves County next week, and then Mayfield in 2 weeks, who last week against a nice Lausanne Collegiate team, and then this week against a tough Hopkinsville team.
Yeah. Do you know a final score on that?
I do not.
I saw it was 27-22 at some point, but I don't know if it's over.
Mayfield was on top.
Yeah.
But that is the first of several, or 2 strong games out there tonight. The second one, Christian County taking on Christian Academy of Louisville. Christian Academy of Louisville, one of the top teams in the state overall in all classes. And the Colonels of Christian County will have their hands full. We will see them, Christian County, the final week of the season here at Marquette Stadium. As the injured Bowling Green player is number 36, Kendall Pearson, is stretching out his legs, it looks like. I think it was a cramp. He is, with a little bit of help from his training staff, heading off the field, but able to put his full weight on it, just with a little bit of a limp. Hopefully he can work that out and be back before this one is over, and for sure for next week as well.
By the way, that 27-22 score with Mayfield on top is a final score.
So a nice win for Mayfield at Hoptown tonight in the Jerry Claiborne Toyota of Hopkinsville Bowl. It's going to be 2nd and 4 after the 6-yard run from Jeremiah Hughes. This crowd could use a big play on offense to get back into this one. As Wheat tossed to Hughes right side and gains about 2 on 2nd down, making it a very manageable 3rd. We'll see where they spawn it. Probably about 2.
Based on the spot, it's like right at the first down.
Wow, it is a great spot. So that will be 3rd and less than a yard. Good call.
Put Jeremiah Hughes in the backfield, by the way, and that's an adjustment they've made. Frank's back out at wide receiver, being covered at the moment by Vito Tisdale. Trying to find a personnel package that works in the absence of Hunter Bradley.
27-14 Bowling Green. 6:28 here in the 3rd quarter. Hughes gets the snap, cuts it up, 1st down and then some across the 40, across the 45, out to about the 50. Nice job by Jeremiah Hughes. 1st down, McCracken County.
Good hold by the offensive line as well. It was a stretch play. He put his foot in the ground and cut it upfield for a nice gain.
At the 50, they mark it. Wheat gets the snap, looks, throws over the middle. It is caught for a gain of about 6. That's DeMasick, 2nd and 4.
And they're playing quick now. This is one of those moments where Clark's going to spot tempo right here. He wants to go fast as possible.
2nd down and 4. Coach Clark, a wonderful, wonderful play caller, especially in the hurry-up offense. 2nd and 4. Throw right side is incomplete, as that was sniffed out well by Bowling Green in the flat. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, didn't get the block we needed out there for that to be successful, and the pass was a little low. Probably should have came back on it, but regardless, that does bring up 3rd and short.
3rd down 4. McCracken trying to end this 27-0 run by Bowling Green. It's 27-14, 5:54 here in the 3rd quarter. David Spicer, time and score update. David Spicer, your jeweler for life. 3rd and 4. Wheat throws out in the flat. Jeremiah Hughes has the 1st down across the 40, out to about the 36. 1st down, McCracken County.
Jeremiah Hughes, the sophomore, playing well tonight. They've got him involved in this drive in a different way. They've either put him at the slot or in the backfield. And I love the way they're getting him involved. Both him and Nick Masick need to be a big part of this offense going forward.
1st down and 10 on the Bowling Green 36. Throw right side. It is incomplete. It went right through the hands of Xander Mays. He had it inside the 10 and possibly into the end zone. But
flag on the play.
There is that.
It is not in the backfield, so maybe not when they're holding. It could be defensive holding? I don't know.
It is coming back, I think. It is going to be on McCracken County. No, it is not. I was looking at Coach Clark kind of.
He was talking to his wide receiver.
Oh, okay.
Telling him to catch the ball.
I see. I thought he was talking to a possible guilty party on a penalty. Instead, it is going to be against Bowling Green. That's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Mustangs on the Bowling Green 26.
We definitely need this score.
Yes, for sure. 5:42 in the third. Plenty of time. Just a lot of momentum for Bowling Green, scoring 27 points unanswered after the Mustangs got out to a 14-0 lead. Play clock down to 8. Snap. Wheat. Right side, complete. Inside the about the 20. It's going to be a gain of about 6 on first down, 2nd and 4.
Faked the jet sweep to the left and then came back with a little screen pass to Xander Mayers on the right. Nice little play on first down. Makes a second and very manageable. Got a score here. This is 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter, down by 13.
Ian McCune comes in at wide out as coming off Xander Mays. Looked to be maybe a cramp as he was heading off to the sideline. We'll keep you posted on that. Snap. The give is straight up the middle, inside the 15, bounces off a receiver, inside the 10, down to the 5.
Fumbles it.
It's a fumble. Jeremiah Hughes was inside the 5 and fumbled it back to Bowling Green.
Those are heartbreaking.
Yes, they are, and you feel for Jeremiah as he was inside the 5 down to the 3, and the Mustangs were oh so close to pulling within a possession. Instead, Bowling Green pounces on it inside their own 5.
He had a nice second effort, spun out of a would-be tackle. I don't know if the spin or maybe he had a hold of the ball, but he lost it mid-spin, and then he spent the next second and a half trying to track it down, but unfortunately it's Bowling Green ball. Now, you do have an opportunity to pin him deep. You got to have a good defensive stand right here. Once again, there's a slot receiver not covered.
As that has not been resolved. Now it is, as it was wide open for a moment, but has been resolved now. 1st and 10 for the Purples on their own. They fumble it, but they jump on it.
You lose about 2 yards up down to the 1.5 yard line.
What a great run by Jeremiah Hughes, and he spun across 2 different tackles and almost made it to the end zone, and a great hit by Bowling Green to knock it loose. And again, you appreciate the effort by Hughes and just tell him to get it next time. That was a great run.
I mean, you're talking about a sophomore and his first meaningful varsity experience. He got the ball a little bit last week, but been a highlight this week, and that's got to be frustrating for him.
2nd and 11, the throw complete at the 3, but not much doing from there. Great coverage there.
Didn't see the tackle. Was that Ian McCune?
I believe it was. Great job by Ian McCune to stop that immediately. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 now for the Purples on their own 4. Massive 3rd down here for the Mustang defense.
They're going to take a shot downfield, or at least enough for the first down. You got to play everything in front of us and come back on it. Look for them to go to number 12, the big tight end.
As the Mustang fans making some noise. 3rd down and 9 for Bowling Green on their own 4, leading 27-14 late in the 3rd quarter.
Man coverage.
Hand off to the back. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but not much more. Going to be a gain of about 2, making it 4th and 7 from their own 6. They'll be forced to punt.
Defense covers the mistake of the offense and gives the offense ball back. If everything goes right, around midfield, maybe even better. He's deep in his end zone for the punt. And they do get the punt off pretty quickly. They don't play around.
And back deep, it is going to be Franklin Hayes on his 42-yard line. It's a great punt. Franklin's going to let it bounce, but takes a wonderful Bowling Green bounce.
And roughing the kicker.
Oh, it will.
The kicker.
And so instead of McCracken County getting the football, we will see what this is. It could be the 4th penalty that McCracken County will give an automatic first down to Bowling Green, and that is exactly what it is.
He's protesting, saying he was pushed into the kicker. I didn't see that. I did see the penalty. I didn't look like it was roughing the kicker. Regardless, that is a first down.
4 penalties that have given Bowling Green, instead of giving it to McCracken County, a first down. And the Mustangs, a mistake that I've said it many times tonight, I feel like will drive Coach Clark insane.
Yeah. To me, I mean, you're seeing the defense perform a whole lot better than last week. You're seeing the offense really mix it up, especially in the absence of Hunter Bradley. But the story has got to be, for me, all those silly 15-yarders. Is that 4 15-yarders?
I believe so.
Whew. you know, in awful spots. You know, we got them pinned 4th and this and 4th and that, and roughing the passer, roughing the kicker, that sort of stuff.
1st and 10 for Bowling Green on their own 22 as they hand off to the back, gets across the 25. There's a flag in the backfield. It's first down. Actually, it's going to be a touchdown, but this is, I think, coming back, thankfully.
Awful tackling.
It's going to be a 78-yard touchdown run. However, there is a flag in the backfield. So that is a break for McCracken County.
Yeah, something to hang our hat on.
As it will be.
We have got to stop trying to tackle them around the shoulder pads and start tackling them around the waist.
And that was
we had them dead to right 3 times in that run.
And thankfully, the hold in the backfield eliminates what would have been a very, very much back-breaking touchdown against the Mustangs, and instead sets McCracken County's defense again a chance to pin Bowling Green back deep.
78-yard touchdown run negated.
And so both teams with some hard penalties to swallow this quarter.
Yeah, that was a lifesaver for us because that really puts a bind on us with only a little under 3 minutes left in the game, down by 13. Would have been 3 touchdowns.
2:54 third quarter, 27-14 Bowling Green. Dropping back to pass. There is a flag on the line. We'll see what this is there's not much going. That's going to be a little bit of a loss, I believe.
If that's a holding penalty, you definitely want to deny that. That would be 2nd and long as opposed to half the distance to the goal and still first down.
And so we will see what the actual penalty is. They are discussing still. They are waving the flag, but that is moot, as McCracken would not have accepted it if it were holding. It's 2nd and 20-ish. And it's on Bowling Green's own 11-yard line with the football. Dropping back, looking over the middle is Cooper. Incomplete. It was deflected, and it was by Dalton Skinner, I believe.
Dalton Skinner gets his hand up. It actually does go through the hand of the tight end after the deflection. I just don't think that the ball flight was changed so much that I don't think he could get his hands on it. Good job by Dalton Skinner affecting that play.
So big 3rd and 21 now. It's another chance for the Mustang defense to pin them back deep. Again, 4 personal foul penalties tonight that have continued drives for Bowling Green. Have been a big killer for the Mustang D, but they are holding tight. As they pass right side, it is complete. It's a hook and ladder play, and they executed it perfectly against the defense as they break it across the 50, the 40. It's an 89-yard touchdown on a hook and ladder.
And I don't see any flags on this one.
That will be so tough to swallow for this defense. Oh, they were so close.
Man, steps have been taken tonight to improve, but you're still seeing some areas of growth for sure.
And so that will make it 33-14 as Bowling Green likely going to try to go for 2 to make it a 21-point lead. As they are still waiting for the play the play clock down to 5. They really have to hurry. Down to 2, down to 1, and Bowling Green's going to have to use a timeout.
Oh, that's not fun.
And so to recap, the Mustangs had 2 opportunities on this defensive stand. It was 4th and several to go for Bowling Green on inside their own end zone to punt. And a roughing the kicker penalty extended that drive. Then the Mustang defense able to make it 3rd and 21 and give up an 89-yard touchdown.
Once again, you're seeing opportunities to get back in this game slip away. When you actually look at what we've done tonight, if you start pulling out those mental mistakes, physically we can hang with this team, right? We had a fumble right there at the 3-yard line. Going into score would have cut it to 1 touchdown. You start saying, okay, well, we're not that much worse than Bowling Green right there. It's almost it's 19-point lead right now, but still, you aren't seeing us being 19 points worse. If you actually just been watching this game, the talent's there. It's just the execution. Mental fortitude.
As it will be Bowling Green now attempting to go for 2.
Man, taking forever. 2 minutes on this silly extra point.
As the handoff to the back, scampers towards the left side, wide open, untouched into the end zone to make it 35-14. 2:27 left in the third. The Mustangs got to get to work as they trail by 21.
The deal when he dropped the ball down there a while ago, we had him backed up.
Yeah.
If the back led him and he runs quarterback sweep, it's 5-on-3 out there on the blocking. We're not getting lined up.
Yeah, I agree. We've done that.
We're outnumbered. Right then, we had one guy out there to 2.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Our alignment
So
is
we went
awful.
to tackle one, they pitched, and
Yeah.
we ain't got nobody else in there.
I think we got the personnel to be a good defense.
They had trips, and then when they ran the ball, they had trips right. We had 2 people out covering trips. We had 3 covering the twins to this side.
Gosh.
And they ran the ball up the middle for us.
Well, maybe Seema had a bigger effect than I thought. Not having him might have actually hurt us more than we realized.
I just don't know why we're not.
Seema was pretty much seemed to be a do nothing, but with him.
Down by 21, 35-14. Needing to get to work is going to be Franklin Hayes, getting it at the 3 and bringing it out at the 15, now to the 20, and the Mustangs will take over there. Credit to Bowling Green, a hook and lateral for 89 yards.
Great play call.
Well, it was phenomenal, and that gives Bowling Green the 35-14 lead.
I've never actually seen a hook and ladder run in person. That was my first one. I've seen it on TV, but I've never in person. In all my years, 7 years covering high school football and also playing as well, all the games I've been to as a fan and as a player, I've never seen a hook and ladder run in person.
And now the Mustangs trailing 35-14 on their own 22-yard line. It is Elijah Wheat with 3 wideouts to his left, none to the right. It's going to be a handoff in the backfield to Elijah Holland, who stood up and then escapes that. Gets back around the original line of scrimmage, about a yard on the game. Going to be 2nd and 9 for McCracken County. Just some frustrating moments tonight for McCracken County, mixed in with some exciting moments for McCracken County.
Yep, you're seeing some cool stuff, and at the same time, you're seeing some frustrating stuff.
Just trying to put it together as the season goes on. That's what the Mustangs have been able to do under Coach Clark. Around the 4th week of the season, the Mustangs the last 2 years have been able to ride a long winning streak. As the handoff goes to Franklin Hayes in the backfield. Nice job skirting through. Or Jeremiah Hughes, good call. Scoots for about 5. Going to be 3rd and short.
That's a nice little run by him. He's probably got the build of slot receiver. He was in the right position. The coach put him in the right position, but when injuries dictate, him in the backfield is not too bad. He's a slippery guy. He's not going to run over anybody. Got some kind of surprising speed.
3rd and short for McCracken County. Let's call it 3rd and a.
Play clock down to 10. Haven't gotten lined up yet.
There's a little bit of confusion for the Mustangs. Down to 5. Now they're set. As snap, handoff is to Frank. Nice job. Stiff arming a defender, gets the first down out to about the 38. First down, McCracken County.
Nice little play call. Had trips left and ran right and stiff armed the guy into the dirt to move the chains.
First down, McCracken County. for the Mustangs on their own 38 as we approach a minute 10 left in the third quarter. It's all Bowling Green right now, 35-14. They've been able to open this one up a little bit. Wheat gets the snap. He's going to take it, throws right side to Hughes. Great job as Hughes bobbled it just a little bit, but was able to pull it in across the 50 to the 48. Great concentration there by the sophomore.
By the way, you've seen both him and Nick Mason kind of bobble a few, and this is really them kind of adjusting to the game speed, the speed of the ball. Elijah Wheat throws a heater in there, and you're seeing them kind of grow up in front of your eyes.
For
if you're
sure.
here at the game, you're seeing them take steps to really do well here.
Franklin Hayes in motion. Wheat going to throw it to him in the flat. As he slipped, it's incomplete. Going to be 2nd and 10.
They put twins to the top away from us, and then run a little swing route with Frank. You know, kind of like a screenplay, and it does a really good job getting out there. But he kind of had to cut hard to corral that ball and cause him to slip.
2nd down and 10. As the play clock will be reset. Now we're set to go. 2nd and 10 on the Bowling Green 48. 35 seconds left here in the third quarter. Snap. It's going to be give to Frank. Has some room across the 40. And that's going to be a helmet hit, as you said. Targeting, it looks like. And that's going to be extra yardage added to it. So
he led with his head, no doubt about that. Now, which one is the one you can get tossed for? Targeting, right? Helmet contact is the 15-yard, and the ejection is the targeting.
And so that will be a nice addition for the Mustangs. They'll move this one inside the 30.
Once again, the second drive in a row, we've been doing a good job moving the ball.
Oh, for sure.
Now let's gain some points from the effort. You could see in the middle of that run, Frank reached up and adjusted his face mask. The hit had actually jarred his helmet, so he couldn't see. He had to adjust his face mask to keep running.
Plenty of time for the Mustangs to get one more play off before
I think
the quarter ends.
You need to.
Wheat will get the snap. He hands it off to Frank. He goes off the edge inside the 20, leaps a defender, and will get towards the 15-yard line to end the third quarter. We are through 3. Bowling Green has scored 35 straight. The Mustangs trying to put that to an end, though, and claw back into it. To the 4th we go. The Mustangs trail 35-14. Back here, the Mustangs, they trail 35-14 as we start here in the beginning of the fourth quarter. The Mustangs, a chance to answer quickly, though, Jared Adams, and that's all you can ask is this team fought back from, it was a smaller deficit. It was 17 points last week, but you just never know in this great game of football. It's stranger things have happened. You're down 21 to start the fourth. You need a lot to happen offensively. A little bit of luck in the process, but like I said, stranger things have happened.
And you saw us put Frank in the backfield, and for the last couple of plays, we've had some success. Now the box is pretty packed with kids. We can maybe look.
As they will give it to Frank, and like you said, it was packed, and so it's going to be a loss of 2. As they were ready for that one, they had 8 in the box. And ready for that, it's now going to be instead of 2nd and 1, 3rd and about 4 for McCracken County.
Which is fine. Put Frank in the backfield, stack the box, and then throw it to one of the wide receivers that have showed some promise.
And so it will be third down. Let's call it 3 for McCracken County. Needing a touchdown. Field goals won't work.
Franklin comes out of the game. Looks like he needs a breather. Elijah Holland in the backfield. 3rd and 3.
Wheat looks over the defense. Gets the snap. Play action. Throws over the middle. It is caught by Masick for the first down inside the 10. Nice job.
Money all night. That's a little play action pass, and Masick calls that in for a nice first down gain inside the 10-yard line. Love this. Now they got to punch it in.
First down and goal with 11 minutes left, down by 21. Are the Mustangs. Your David Spicer time and score update. David Spicer, your jeweler for life. Wheat hands off to Frank, and he was straight into a loaded box of 8. There'll be no gain on the play. That was Bowling Green's basically saying you're going to have to beat us with the arm now, as they have really been gashed by the run in that third quarter with the mixture of the arm as well. But I think Bowling Green has decided they're going to have to, McCracken's going to have to do it with the arm now. The Mustangs can do that. That's the good news.
That's the can.
Second.
I haven't seen Xander Mays come back in. Have you?
I have not. As the play clock comes down to 5.
Must be injured.
Wheat down to 3. Gets the snap. Looks. Throws right side. It's knocked in the air. Incomplete.
Our wide receiver didn't spin around and actually bonked off his helmet, I think.
And so that'll make it third down and goal at the 8.
Very accurate throw, though.
As McCracken County looking for 6 minimum. Would love 7. Can't take extra points for granted, though, as Bowling Green found out just a few moments ago. As Doink went off the uprights, but was able to get some of that back with a 2-point conversion. Third and goal at the 8. 10-12 left in this one. 35-14 Bowling Green. Wheat gets the snap, looks left side to Frank in the flat. It's well defended, nothing doing there. It's going to make it 4th and goal at the 5. And now for the Mustangs, you got to go for it. Yep. And now it's a big, big play here for the Mustang offense.
I would run that tight end dump that they've been very successful at, but then have something,
a secondary
an option off of that, so, because everyone's going to be expecting that same play. Maybe something into the flats and a little easy score.
So McCracken County is going to take a timeout. We'll take one with them. 10-10 left in the ballgame. 35-14 Bowling Green. (35-14) Bowling Green on a 35-0 run, but the Mustangs trying to put that run to an end. Have a chance here. 4th and goal at the 5. As it will be Elijah Weed and the Mustangs looking to keep this game alive here, and Bowling Green trying to almost end it here with a stop and score of their own. We'll see what transpires here. 4th and goal at the 5 is Wheat in the shotgun. He has Elijah Holland behind him. Two wide receivers to his right, one to his left. Wheat rolling to his right, throws to his right. It is incomplete. And that will be a turnover on downs. It will be Bowling Green to take over on their own 5. It has been a frustrating time for McCracken County. They got up 14-0, but credit to Bowling Green. They made several adjustments, including changing their quarterback and tailback, and have scored 35 straight.
I would say if this was a baseball analogy, we're getting a lot of people on base. We just can't
stranding them on base. Yep. And some McCracken folks starting to head to the exits now. 1st and 10 for Bowling Green on their own 5, leading 35-14. Still 10 minutes left. But the Mustang D needs to stop as a handoff to the back. Has a big hole across the 10 out to the 15. Gain of about 10. And credit to Bowling Green. They came in and faced some adversity early. But they have overcome that and then some. And now trying to put this one to bed. 2nd and 1 for Bowling Green. The play clock down to 10. Bowling Green content using as much of it as they can. There's the snap. A little misdirection. And off to the back who dives forward. He's going to be close. It will be within inches. Either first down or 3rd and inches as the clock continues to run and we approach 9 minutes. It's going to be short. It's going to be 3rd and inches. And so Bowling Green getting to use some clock now. Now under 9 minutes. Up 35-14. Snap. Give to the back. He gets the first down across the 20. Carries some Mustangs out to the 27. Nice gain on the play of about 12. First down for Bowling Green.
Just not enough men to the ball. That was a sweep to the right side and had it there 15 yards downfield, but didn't have it there at the point of attack. Got to shake some kids loose from some blocks. To me, it looks like the linebacker core has got to learn to beat some blocks. They're getting blocked. The gold hats are getting on the white hats, and we're not seeing them getting off.
As a handoff to the back now, trying to extend the play left side. He does across the 30 and then some. Across the 40, the 50, and across McCracken territory to the 43-yard line. And Bowling Green now starting to flex their muscles a little bit, my friend.
Yeah, that was well blocked. That would be the reason why it was a big explosion. It was just really well blocked. Everyone did their job. We could not shed our blocks, and that's the effect. They're getting hats on us.
A lot of things that will bother Coach Clark tonight. The penalties had extended some Bowling Green drives, and then some mistakes of our own on the other side of the football, but also a credit to Bowling Green for their execution as there's another big run across the 40, across the 30, and now inside to the 20.
With the flag down.
And hopefully that will be the way the run was able to work. I think it is. That's going to be a hold, I think, against Bowling Green. So that will come back.
They've had their fair share of penalties tonight.
Yes, they have. That's another thing. They have given McCracken County some opportunities with their penalties.
Yep.
Bowling Green has. So, with the penalty spot, it will be very beneficial for the Mustangs. It'll be 1st and 18-ish, I think. Well, they've actually, it is 1st and 20.
They've had a hard time with the holding tonight. That's been a pretty constant call for them, which has helped us a lot pushing back. Now we got to take advantage of that and get the ball back.
1st and 20 for Bowling Green. Now back in their own territory on the 48 with 7:46 left, 35-14. The Purples scoring 35 straight. Snap as the give to the back. He swarmed in the backfield and will be met for no gain, maybe a yard at the most.
Blitz there. I like that. I'd be sending a lot of that. If they're going to try to run the play clock down, that's what you got to do.
So, 2nd and 19 now for the Purples on their own 49. Seven minutes left in this one. Snap. Pass over the middle, incomplete, nearly picked off. Great pursuit on the play by Hunter Vlack. Going to make it 3rd and 19.
Kieran Perez there on the coverage as well, able to disrupt that. They really haven't been very effective through the air, and I'm not sure. It looks like we've done a really good job covering them, and that's a credit to us, and that could possibly be a strength as we move forward. But also they've had their fair share of inaccurate throws, and that one was a little behind the receiver.
Snap. It is going to be a reverse, and it's a fumble. It is going to be recovered by the Mustangs and return. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't. It will be back here. They called him down.
You can return it, but he
was
down.
Down. That's right. He was down, so that will be McCracken football on the Bowling Green 42.
I'll say he was not down. I'll say that. He was down when it happened. He might have reached out and touched the ball, but I thought he climbed up before he scooped it up. Now, I don't know if it was a bang-bang play, but I'm just wondering, was that a scoop and score? I think it might have been.
And so it will be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs on the 42 of Bowling Green.
Ethan McKendry on that fumble recovery. If he didn't get the touchdown, he definitely got the fumble recovery.
Yes, he did, and it did a great job knocking it loose for that.
That was a reverse, by the way. They could not get the handoff down.
And so the Mustangs have to score 21 here in 6 minutes. That will include some onside kicks as well, which Mustangs have the personnel to do that. 1st down and 10 for McCracken. As Wheat in the shotgun gets the snap, he's going to air it out right side. Incomplete as he tried to get it out to McCune, but
they got 8 in the box. We need to be throwing anyways, period. But that was a little slant there, wide open, and with the in speed, that would have been a touchdown.
So that will make it 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs on the 42 of Bowling Green, trying to.
I'll say this for Wheat. He's really done a good job tonight.
Very
accurate with his throws. Love to see that.
As he throws another nice pass to Masick across the 30 to the 25. Like you said, that's been there all night.
Yep. And
the Mustangs exploiting it. That's going to put it near the red zone at the 22.
Pretty much the only route he's ran. And he's open every time.
6:30 left in this one. 35-14. Bowling Green on top. The Mustangs trying to mount a comeback as Wheat hands it off to Elijah Holland, who's met at the line and dropped. They are inviting the Mustangs to try and run it with the box loaded, like you said. It's going to be 2nd and 9. And the bad news for the Mustangs is the clock continues to run now, 6 minutes and counting. It will be, if the Mustangs can score, immediate onside kick for McCracken County, and trying to replicate what they almost pulled off last week against Tillman. Came up just short in the 47-43 loss. Snap, Wheat, going to air it out down the right side of the end zone. Incomplete. That one just a little too far out of the outstretched arms of Ian McCune. Great effort, though, by Ian. And that'll make it 3rd and 9.
Have the opportunities through the air, I believe. I would just be focused on that. Whenever you see Pete Holmes in the backfield, you know it's going to be a pass because he's kind of his protector. He's more of a blocking tight end than he is a passing tight end. So
3rd down and 9 for the Mustangs. Wheat airs it out left side to McCune. Has it at the 15, tries to cut it up, but a nice job by Bowling Green, able to collapse on him, and that'll make it 4th down and 4 for the Mustangs on the 15. Let's call it 4th and 3, actually. With 5:20 left in this one, the Mustangs down 35-14. They led 14-0 in the second quarter, but Bowling Green made some adjustments and it has not looked back as they scored 35 straight. So Wheat leads the Mustangs back out. They are tired. You can see it.
Yep.
They are gassed. It's the play clock down to 5. Down to 2. And the Mustangs don't see it. They are forced to call a timeout, and that will Be the second timeout of the night for McCracken, used in the second half. And I think you are seeing this Mustang team just physically and mentally exhausted right now. And I think that little series was kind of a sign of it, just trying their best to come back, but they are exhausted.
They are. They're tired, and the offense has been on the field a lot tonight. I mean, we've definitely had our opportunities. We had 2 long drives stalled right there inside the 10-yard line. So let's say we convert those. Now it's 28-35.
Yep.
One of those, we've had a couple penalties that have really extended their drives. I mean, we had a punt. Then they do the hook and ladder 2 plays later. So there's another touchdown directly related to missed opportunities. So if you take that we're 28-28. There's a different ball game. I mean, you could really look at it and say there's a plausible case for us being right in the middle of this game or winning this game with just little adjustments. You're talking about ball security. You're talking about keeping your head on straight and not roughing the kicker or the passer.
4th and 3 for the Mustangs. As Wheat drops back, looking, airs it out left side. It's incomplete. He had Hughes in the end zone, but it went right through his hands, and that will probably do it. With 4:45 left, Bowling Green can run out the clock now, and it's going to be one of those weeks for McCracken County. The Mustangs had some things that early worked very well, but some big-time mistakes, whether it's through penalties. I guess the undisciplined penalties is what's really going to be what the Mustangs will have to really focus on trying to correct before you go to Graves and Marshall County. I'm sorry, Graves and Mayfield, excuse me.
Yeah, that's the good thing about the 2 early games is you're really going to get a lot of opportunities to good opponents see what their mistakes are.
As a flag, it's going to be a false start against Bowling Green. Move it back 5, 1st and 15. As a lot of folks head to the exits now. So 2 disappointing games for McCracken County in the final result. Definitely some things the Mustangs had bright spots last week. It was the same this week, though. There are certainly some things that Coach Clark is not going to be thrilled about and trying to correct with his team in practice this week. But the good news is a lot of weeks left in this season as they hand off to the back. And he has a big hole. Across the 10, across the 20, across the 30. He's across the 50 and takes a man down at the 45-yard line. So Bowling Green starting to put some exclamation points on it now. And now if
that right there was a result of our outside linebacker getting too far upfield and causing him to he didn't have to turn it back. He just kept on going, just cut inside him, and sideline was his. He used that last line of the defense. That corner was ran off by the receiver.
So 1st and 10 for the Purples on the McCracken 43. Snap, a handoff to the back, straight up the middle. He gets across the 40 as a load of flags come in simultaneously.
When that happens, it's probably a face mask.
It is, as I just saw the officials signal to each other. It is a face mask, just of the 5-yard variety. That will be, it looks to be, from that spot, good for a 1st down. At least at the marker, at the very least, it is a 1st down. 1st down and 10 for Green at the 30. Left in this one. Another. In full support tonight with a big number. Even the student crowd big tonight as well.
Yeah,
but
they did show up.
It was just not in the cards tonight for the Mustangs. 3:40 left in this one now. It's just a matter of what the final score will be here. And off again to the back. Met in the backfield, but able to shed that tackle and get about the first down marker.
Yeah, it looks to be. Still seeing some missed tackles, and that's got to be something that we that coaches are going to be addressing. You know, you have a lot of opportunities to stop some plays in the backfield and running through our tackles.
The Mustang defense did a great job, especially in the first couple of quarters, keeping Bowling Green on their heels, and understandably they're quite a bit tired now, but give kudos to the Mustangs for what they've been able to do a good portion of this night, but some undisciplined, I should say, penalties, 4 in fact, that kept Bowling Green drives alive, and the football in the hands of the Mustangs as another penalty comes down at the snap. It's going to be a false start against Bowling Green, and Bowling Green's made a lot of penalties tonight.
They really have. They were at, what, 65?
Yardage,
56 at the halftime. They're probably over 100 yards of penalties themselves. So, you know, they're undisciplined as well. And a totally beatable team.
Yeah.
You know, when you think about the Bowling Greens of old, you know, this is not on par with that,
No.
or we're a whole lot better than our scores showing, one of the two. But, you know, a very beatable team tonight. We cleaned some things up. I mean, last time we played them, we were just totally dominated in the trenches, you know, on the edges. Not so tonight.
As quarterback throws right side, into the flat, complete across the 20, cuts it up inside the 15 and down to the 10-yard line. It will be near a 1st and goal. So we have 2.5 minutes left in this one. It will be mascara points now for Bowling Green as they continue somewhat of a hurry-up offense, it looks like.
Yeah. I think they want another score. Just for fun. Like
2:30 left in this one. No huddle offense. As Bowling Green wants to run this one up a little bit. Snap is good. They hand off to the back across the 10, across the 5. And he will be carried into the end zone, I believe. If not, he's just short. They're going to say just short.
2-inch line.
And so that'll be 1st and goal for Bowling Green. And they will not have to score this if they don't want to. They can take 3 QB kneels and it be about the right time. We'll see if they choose to run this one in.
I don't think they're going to run it.
I think they're going to try to rub some noses in this one to end it. Got to call it like it is. They could definitely kneel this one out, but they are not going to. Snap, toss to the back. He runs it in. So instead of taking the kneel, Bowling Green says you're going to score one last time, and they do just that. And so 1:20 left. The extra point will come. Snap, hold, kick is good. And if you're McCracken County now, it's 42-14 deficit. Just looking to get the football back, see what you can do with some of your reserves maybe, and shake this one off because you have some tough competition coming up in Graves County and Mayfield. Graves County showing last week, putting up 38 in Murray with John Ben Brown at the quarterback. They are not to be overlooked.
Yeah. I wonder how they did tonight.
They were off.
Oh, they were?
They were off tonight.
Oh, that's awful. How would you have a week 2 bye week?
And so they will be well rested off of a big win against Murray. And that will be a tough game in Graves County. We've gone to Graves County a few times, won once. And
sharpen your eagle.
That's right. You can expect to hear that a lot.
And something about the nest, I don't know.
It will be Bowling Green to kick off. So Bowling Green will kick off. McCracken back deep. As they move towards the football, the kick's in the air. And it will go.
Nice kick.
And returned by Hughes at the 4. As Jeremiah, gets hit hard at the 14-yard line. And he is okay, thankfully, but that was a hard hit. This is where if you're McCracken County, just get your reserves out of there and do not take an injury. That's the last thing the Mustangs can afford as they go into this tough stretch of Graves County and Mayfield. Let your reserves go for the final minute 20 and look to next week. So the Mustangs will come out on the football. Just a couple of plays left. Trailing 42-14. 42 straight unanswered by Bowling Green. As Wheat looks over the defense. Gets the snap. He's dropping back. Throws right side into the flat to Holland. 10-15. He's hit hard, and he's going to be brought down at the forward progress to the 19.
It's got to be frustrating for them seeing, what they should be doing, and then, kind of making mistakes that kind of prevent them from really realizing their potential. Does Hunter Bradley not play tonight? Does that hurt him? Yeah, it does. But you saw that we, could move the ball without him, and that's really good. It's really good for us to learn that. But at the same time, when you also can't produce as much as you want.
And you hate it for Hunter because he wanted to be out there tonight for his team, but he was in a lot of pain with his back. Is airing it out deep. That's going to be incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 now with 28 seconds left. Third down and 9 for the Mustangs. Actually, 3rd down and 5, I'm sorry. So 1 or 2 more plays left in this one. As the play is blown dead at the last moment, and now I think we're ready to continue. Snap. It's going to be a handoff to Elijah Holland, who gets out of bounds with 24 seconds left. 42-14, the Purples on top.
First down.
And so McCracken. First down on their own 28. .3 seconds left. Sweet. Sends Franklin Hayes in motion. It's going to be quarterback keeper as he takes the quarterback knee, and that will do it here tonight. The Mustangs will let this one run out. Just go to the final horn as Bowling Green's going to win this one tonight, 42-14. We'll have the final scoring plays and final stats and players of the game when we return on 99.5 The Fan.